Just waiting for the game to pop up on the screen, which should do any second. Or maybe it won't. Hold on. There we go, finally. Hello, hello! Let's play some more Arcade Spirits! Alright, I'm in it for the long haul today. I'm gonna be live for like 5 hours. It's gonna be great. Oh man, okay, let's tear through some of this game today because, yeah, I did notice that, what is it, on howlongtobeat.com, I think is the website. I think it's .com. On that website, this game is listed as like 10 hours. Mind you, they only have like, you know, 3 or 4 submitted playthroughs to like go off of, so it's not like there's a lot of data on it. So it could be completely inaccurate, but I think I've been playing the game on stream for about 10 hours, and I'm on chapter 3. Out of who knows how many chapters, Lord knows how many chapters there are in this game. I did notice, I saw someone playing this game on Twitch the other day, and I forget what, and they had like a bunch of streams loaded up. Or sorry, they'd done a bunch of previous streams on this. Notably, they weren't done with the game yet. But they were playing new challenges, and they were like multiple chapters in. They were like, you know, they were towards the end. And I think maybe their second stream or third stream was entitled, like something about moving in. And I was like, oh, great, I'm still at the beginning. It takes so much longer when you're actually reading the dialogue out loud versus just like reading it to yourself. Yeah, it's a completely different experience. It's a much longer experience, especially when you're stalling like I am right now. Okay. As always, let me know how the audio sounds. Last time, for the last hour of the last stream, I screwed up the audio, made my mic way too quiet. Sorry about that. That part of the stream is unwatchable now, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to load up our last save. So, where were we? We were about to meet with Jinx's sibling about renting out the other room in the apartment building that Good Clean Fun exists in. Yeah, alright, let's see. Alright, let's strap in. Okay, so let's get moving. Magnificent Seven needs a home. Little by little, I pull myself together, getting ready to face the day. And little by little, I forget the nightmare I've been having ever since that night at Harms's tournament. It's gone by the time I hit the subway platform. I arrive at the designated meeting place, the Good Clean Fun Pizzeria, with only a minute or three to spare. Jinx is already here, waving me over from the corner booth Grace usually favors, although Grace isn't here.
Hey.
Hey, it's almost time. I know. Sorry for almost being late. Is Grace joining us? Nah. High-stress business transaction scenarios aren't her thing. High stress? How much of a hard ass is your sibling anyway? I'll let you figure that out yourself. No hints, no tips and tricks. Not my race to run. You're in the driver's seat. I'm just here for the free czar while you squirm. Here, have one. Gion's paying. With a shrug, I reach over to the offered dish and fetch a slice of Veggie Lover's Ultimate Super Deluxe Extreme, a Ben and Matt's specialty. Vegan's not my deal. I gnaw my meat fresh off the bone, ideally. But Gion's super into healthy eating. And exercise. And yoga. So, someone who's incredibly centered and confident and strong and healthy, ready to tear me limb from limb in rental negotiation? You'll see. Well, I've come to kick ass myself, and I'm not going to be intimidated by Gian, no matter how high and mighty they carry themselves, and they're right behind me, aren't they? The stern-looking individual looming large behind me, having somehow silently snuck up, slides a business card across the table before sitting down. I never know how to pronounce that. Like the neutral, what do you even call that? The title? Like Mr. Mrs. How do you pronounce that? It's just like mix. I guess I'll just pronounce it like that. Mix Gion Ye. Chinatown Investment Opportunities, LLC, as it says on the card. I look at the subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a watermark. Let's make this fast. There's 3 utilities on the 5th floor with water damage, and I'm directing work crews. I'm a hands-on real estate manager. I want to be up there supervising these efforts, not taking meetings all day. Right. They look me over, from the drooping slice of veggie pizza to my nervous expression, evaluating me. Much like Jinx tends to do, in fact. So, you're one of those gamers Jinx hangs out with. Yes, that's me. A gamer is what I am. I am he. And now, you want to combine my little sister's apartment into the one next door to make a, how'd she put it? Team house? Yes, that's the plan. Also, she can play video games all day, allegedly getting paid for it. I have to say, Mr. Bluescreen, I have my doubts. They know my last name. They know my soul. I'm doomed. You may not be aware of this, but my family owns this particular chunk of Chinatown. We've owned it for generations. I'm the one who ultimately owns Good Clean Fun. Ben and Matt operate it so I can focus on other affairs. I own the apartments. I own the corner bodega. I'm trying to preserve the character of Chinatown, Mr. Bluescreen, in the face of pressures from far larger developers than I. I don't have time to be distracted by wild goose chases and esports dreams. Look at look at Jinx over there just smirking the whole time. So what, exactly, can you possibly say to convince me I shouldn't have you thrown out of my building? Thrown out? Okay, okay, be convincing, be convincing. An intense identity situation, can only pick something that matches my top 2 personality traits, which at the moment, they seem to fluctuate a lot. Reasonable, what's that one called? I don't remember, and kindly. Okay, how do I return again? Your sister and I share a common dream, to play games together with all our friends. It's good business to get on board with an esports team on the rise. Will be good tenants. Ever hear of Chinatown Fair, the legendary arcade with their second coming? Are you sure this isn't a no good answers situation? This isn't... I'm not going to answer with that one. Sure, I'll go with this one. Right now, we're a team on the rise, Mixier. Our efforts are just getting off the ground, but one day we'll be successful and famous. No, this is not convincing. You could say you were there from the beginning, supporting us. We'd be partners. We can promote your business while you provide a platform for our growth. It makes good sense from a fiscal perspective, yes? Jian's impassive expression does not change in the slightest. So, if you're interested in a partnership, not that we'd be equal partners, I mean apples and oranges really, but that is to say, Jian raises one hand to stop me. Mr. Bluescreen, I have only one thing to say to your so very generous offer. Of course I'd be happy to rent you and your... Of course I'd be happy to rent to you and your friends, you silly goose. Jinx won't stop talking about how super cool you and your friends are. You make her happy, and well, anything that makes my dear sister happy makes me happy too. I'd actually decided to rent the apartment to you before I even sat down. I just wanted to see you squirm a bit first. It was adorable.
Nice.
You should have seen the expression on your face, Grammarhead. I blink once, then twice, my face frozen. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Grammarhead? Excuse me a moment, restarting my heart. I repeatedly smack a fist against my chest to resume normal cardiac operations. So we're good? You'll rent the place next to Jinx's apartment to Magnificent Seven? PT Yuns is willing to pay the deposit if that's an issue. Absolutely, I'll rent it to you. I like you. I like you. I like your friends. But I think we need to adjust our strategy a bit first. To make things easier on Jinx, I'd like to suggest installing a connecting door and making the 2 units into one hall. That way, everything's under one single renting contract. I'll need a month to arrange proper permits and the work crew, but all in all, I think we can do this. Oh, okay then. That's great. Wonderful. Heck, I bet you're so happy with this that you'd be willing to rent to us for free. No. Okay. They slide out of the booth, adjusting well-tailored clothes to make themselves proper and presentable once more. You'll be able to move in 30 days from now. Jinx mentioned you use an iris? Excellent. My iris will contact your iris and work out the logistics. A pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Bluescreen. My guy will contact your guy, you know?
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Just too much fun to let Jian play with you, like a cat with a laser pointer. 1 month. We can have in-arcade practice sessions until then. Everyone will need that time to arrange their own adult-type paperwork responsibilities anyway. And then, Magnificent Seven will have a new home. Cool, so we got that out of the way. Oh, okay, time skip. The month slid by quickly enough. We gather for a few hours at GCF's arcade to train in and around various side jobs the team held, taking commuting time into account. That'll still be a problem moving forward, since Pizza Yums doesn't have enough cash to put everyone on a team salary, but the team house will make things easier. But today is the day. Moving day. Trucks pull up in front of the building now and then, offloading what meager few possessions we have to haul up to apartments 108 and 109. Or, as they shall henceforth be known, Magnificent 7 HQ. Headquarters sounds way cooler than Team House anyway. Probably best to stay out of the way and let the movers work. Just chill in the arcade for the afternoon, let Gian wrangle the logistics. We're just getting people to do it for us, okay. And we're paying them with what money? Again, you know, we've got Pizza Yum's money. We chose the like sponsor that would give us the least amount of money. So, who do I want to hang out with while waiting for our headquarters to be made presentable? I will save the game right there, and we'll find out. Okay, so it looks like the only ones available here. Yeah, we only have wait. Oh no, there are 4 people we can talk to. Never mind, not just 3. I don't know. We'll did we ignore Rhapsody before? I think we may have. I think maybe we'll check in with Ben and Matt. We haven't talked to them in a while. What do our things look like, just out of curiosity? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Alright. Everybody's favourite pizza-slinging couple flag me down as I enter the pizzeria, ready to serve up my favourite triangular food.
Hello.
Look at you, putting together a home sweet home for all your friends. Emphasis on sweet. A sweet, sweet gesture from a sweetie pie. It's not that sweet. It's just what pro teams do when it's time to get serious. Right. Keep telling yourself it's all cool and professional. Business, ambition, management, macroeconomics. And alongside all the money matters, you'll be living with your friends. Can't think of a better arrangement.
Good.
Why, Ben's my best friend in this whole world, and I live with him. It's true, both the friendship and the homeowner status. Well, we rent, technically. Speaking of renting, Gian managed they hired you to run this place. But I thought you two owned Good Clean Fun? Co-ownership. We manage the nitty-gritty, they manage the bigger picture. We're hired guns, here to support Chinatown the best we can. Gian's an old friend, back from when I was taking night classes in company management. Ben and I know a thing or two about running hybrid business, so when Gian managed the need for a multi-purpose community center to provide basic services, well, we suggested this enterprise. Food, fun, and laundry. Hold on. Ben and I, yeah, so that's a reference to the first game because they used to run like a cafe/bookstore, I think. So when Gian mentioned a need for a multi-purpose community center to provide basic services, well, it all worked out. People are always coming in and out. It's a nice communal place, even if the smells sometimes cross-contaminate. That it is, Grammarhead, and you yourself will be having a communal area now, for you and your friends. Too true. You and your new home, surrounded by those closest to you. Living in close quarters, elbow to elbow, nice and cozy, privately. Wink wink, nudge nudge, right?
Ha!
Never know what might happen in that sort of environment, eh? Are you insinuating something? Oh wow, look at the 3 billion IQ idiot over here.
No. Yes.
What Matt is trying to say, I believe, is that there's a good chance romantic antics could break out in such a situation. Not that we're suggesting you had uncouth motives in assembling this arrangement, just that, well, things happen, you know?
Well, maybe? I hope? Listen, it's not something I'm banking on, but things do happen, and it has crossed my mind once. or twice, or 300 times. Why? Why does the game assume this? You know, it could be that I just have platonic feelings for, like, everyone in the cast. That's not the case, by the way. Well, I mean, you know, if the game suddenly forced me to be platonic with everyone, that'd be cool, but I do have a specific person in mind I want to romance. But above all, I respect my friends' boundaries more than my personal desires.
Exactly. And a good friendship is the first step towards romance.
That's true. I mean, it's... Yeah, I don't think romance has to be built on, like, a pre-existing friendship. But once you start, like, dating, one way or another you need to be, like, friends as well as partners, right? I don't understand people who refer to, like, their partners as, like, oh, they're not my friend. You know, it's like, huh? Like, there's got to be a level of trust there, you know?
Trust me, before I met Ben, I tried diving straight into romance with total strangers, dating websites and the like. Results were mixed at best, and then I realized the love of my life was right under my nose. Literally, he sat one row down from me in economics class.
Aw.
We're not saying you have to flirt it up with a friend, but it might be a good place to start.
You don't know my situation. Why would... Okay. I don't know why we're having this discussion, but yeah. I mean, yeah, hell yeah, Matt. You know. Whatever works for you, you know?
Look, you're in a great situation for that now. You're far more likely to find someone if you already know you can live with them and not murder them in their sleep.
True, it is a good foundation for a relationship. That does stand to reason, I guess.
Heck, all the classic romances didn't launch immediately into the lovey-dovey. Consider the great works of romantic literature. Sam and Diane.
Monica and Chandler.
Niles and Daphne.
Mulder and Scully.
How many of those do I recognize Monica and Chandler, that's friends, right? I don't think I know any of the others, I'm so uncultured.
Ooh, also Jerry and George.
Not sure about that last one, Matt.
Jerry and George from...
You have your canon and I have mine, Ben.
Okay, I'm assuming it's from some sitcom or
Admittedly,
something.
we strictly interpret the universe of human relationships through the lens of 90s television sitcoms.
Oh, it's Seinfeld, isn't it? Yeah, it's Seinfeld, okay. Wait, The X-Files was a sitcom? Okay, so one of them was The X-Files.
The show certainly got laughable as time went on.
Okay, I get it. I've watched plenty of shows, sitcoms or otherwise, to know what I want in terms of love. Yeah, I've seen all of those shows. But why the old birds and the bees pep talk from you two, specifically?
Well, is there anyone you've got your eye on? Not committing to anything, no, but call me curious. Who tickles your fancy?
Oh, I see. You're just trying to get me to spill the tea. Bingo. Ben and Matt sheepishly grin. I guess it makes sense. They've been watching all of us interact day in and day out. And if I had their vantage point, I'd be asking those questions in my head too. Fine, consider it spilt. Yeah, so Jinx is the character I'm looking to romance at the moment. And it's weird because calm and severe sounds like, you know, I'm like, why would I be into that? And I can't say I entirely understand, but yeah, Jinx. Jinx is really something else, isn't she? Quiet until she isn't, calm until she isn't. There's ferocity and sincerity there. Great fashion sense, can drive like a demon out of hell, and stands up for herself. What's not to love? Bit of an unfortunate pun with stands up for herself, but I hear you. Even if, well... Well, what? No, I shouldn't gossip. Jian's told us things in confidence, and it'd be wrong to share them. But I'm sure you and Jinx would be a lovely pair. And she's willing to open up your home to you too. That's not nothing. Thanks for the advice, you two. Happy to help. And here's your lunch. Literal food for thought. I pay for my delicious meal and settle into my favorite booth. You know it's my favorite because it's almost molded to my butt because of how often I'd see it here. And I can barely believe it. Soon, very soon, I'll be living with all of my friends under one roof. I should be nervous, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And I suspect for reasons beyond improving our FAD2 skills. I've been living alone until now. Content to be alone, or so I told myself. Tonight, all of that changes. My thoughts return to much more current ones as I polish off the rest of my pizza, and I'm ready to get back to things. Whoops, I didn't mean to click through whatever that said. I don't think it really said anything. Alright, let's check in on Zapper and Loxley.
I must protest.
Which is why they should have done nothing. Now they're de facto approving of evil itself.
Are you kidding me?
What else did you expect them to do? Hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Wrong place, wrong time for that sort of thing. Okay, apparently I'm walking into a heated debate. May need to step in here if things get too heated, especially what happened with Domino and Zapper. Fortunately, my arrival draws her attention. Hey Grammarhead! Loxley's being an over-optimistic dreamer again.
This is messy.
Loxley, my dude, I get that in a perfect world everything would be super cool and he could say anything he wants, but this ain't that. Nor will it be, unless those with power are willing to step up and embrace empathy rather than avarice. Okay, might as well hurl myself directly into oblivion and ask, what are you two arguing about? It's less of an argument and more of a clash of perspective, mine being sensible and his being idealistic. I'm perfectly fine with being called idealistic. Back up a bit and start again. I just got here. Fine. Loxley, you first. Yesterday, an esports competitor was being interviewed after a major tournament win, and in his victory speech he declared, "Free blank, revolution now." And the game's publisher promptly banned him from play for 6 months and fired the person interviewing him for allowing it. Which sucks. I'm not arguing it doesn't suck. It's an all-around pile of suck. But the ban came down because a gaming event is the wrong place for politics. It's like expecting nuance on Facewall, and the guy signed a contract agreeing to that. The contract wording was intentionally vague, and I doubt the company would punish him if he said, "The USA rules," which, might I add, is also a political statement.
I disagree, my friend.
No, this is clearly fear of reprisal from the government of blank, which is simultaneously a huge gaming market and a despotic regime. Just talking about blank negatively is a good way to get punished, with corporations climbing into bed with them on a daily basis. So much so they had to censor the name in the game. Loxley's right about that. I wouldn't want to mention X specifically by name, just to be on the safe side.
Nah.
This isn't about X, it's about games, and keeping the focus on games, not politics. All discourse is political, my friend. Games are art, and therefore political. Well, I'm not a believer that everything is political in the sense of, like, I don't know. I don't know, but a lot of games have very, like, political stories, even if, you know, we immediately gloss over them. Not this again. Look, I'm not sitting here fucking blanks. Okay, I'm not here blanking blanks blank, okay? I don't like what they've been doing any more than you do. And hell, that publisher is run by abusive, patriarchal blank sticks. I'm not playing cheerleader for anyone here. But expecting a video game company to do anything other than get out of the way of that oncoming freight train is absurd. It's not their place to start an international incident. And when I sit down and play a game, I just want to play a game, you know? I don't play those games that are thinly veiled military recruit. I don't play those games that are thinly veiled military recruitment campaigns either. I want game storefronts. I want game storefronts to yank obvious propaganda games. I want racist trolls out of the community. Keep things welcoming for everyone by keeping politics out. That's an interesting perspective
Concerning
that I haven't heard. And who decides what's political and what isn't, That's the rub. I feel someone needs to stand up, or this is just going to happen again and again. And as a member of the gaming community, I'd like it to be us. It's also important for those of us who have had platforms who have It's also important for those of us who have platforms of privilege from which to speak that we use them boldly against the evils of the world. But we've both ranted enough, haven't we? Considering Grammarhead is our acting manager / cat wrangler, I'm curious how he would interpret the situation. Just in case I feel like, I don't know, making scary political statements after Magnificent 7 wins the Pro Tour? Holy shit, people. You're dumping this on me now? No worries, I support my friends. I'll respect your wishes on this matter, regardless of what they are. You have my loyalty. That will always come first. Yeah, let's not back Grammarhead into the corner on this one. I'm cool with whatever you decide to. So, do you think it's reasonable to disallow politics at a gaming event, or is it reprehensible to silence them? Asking the big questions, huh? It's reasonable. Like it or not, game companies are expected to provide neutral ground wherever possible. It's reprehensible. People should take a stand for what they believe in without fear of punishment. It's reasonable and reprehensible. I can't imagine it going down any other way, but we don't have to approve of the results. Yeah, that's the truth of it, is that I is that, like, you know, it's going to happen. That, like, you know, if you say that, then you need to know that there may be consequences for that, right? And of course, companies are going to want to distance themselves from getting political and blah blah blah. Or I could just say I'm not getting into this right now. I'm gonna go for the neutral option maybe. So player says something X doesn't like, and X is a huge gaming market. I can't see any other possible outcome for this situation. Every single step along the way stands to reason. The ban stands to reason. But it's also a complete mess, and I can absolutely fault the company for getting into this situation to begin with. They back themselves into a corner, you know? They don't have any choice but to censure the player, and that's because they chose to get in bed with X. It's a logical consequence of their decisions. If you choose an unreliable business partner, don't be surprised and cry foul when inevitability goes wrong. So I'd say they did what they had to do to keep their innocent employees from getting hurt, but they should feel the sting of consequence and community pushback. That's a nuanced perspective, and I can appreciate that. I suppose the outcome is entirely expected, and it is important to consider the well-being of those in the company.
I concur, friend.
But you're also right in that we should collectively push against this, speaking up loud and true. You know, you put into words what I was thinking. I'm bad with words. Glad I have a good words person around. Okay, good. I basically, well, they both agreed with me. I wasn't expecting Zappa to agree with me exactly, but yeah, cool. Give me 1 second. Just gonna get my dog off my bed. should have gone to the BRB screen. Oh well. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so they both agree with me. I can't see the company doing anything else, but it's definitely still a fucked situation. I'm all for, I guess, shitty situation? Yeah. I'm all for speaking up against it as long as we understand why it happened. Also, fuck the bastards who run blank. Here, here. Living with y'all is gonna be interesting, at least. Especially with Loxley and I under one roof. Oh yeah, jeez. I promise not to start any fights though. Team cohesion above all else. Glad I'm specifically bunking with Rhapsody though. Likewise, I promise to remain cordial and not allow differing viewpoints to tear Magnificent Seven apart. I mean, at least you two, like, agree on a lot of stuff. It wouldn't be fair to Grummerhead or anyone else. So, 3 cheers for the Magnificent 7 HQ. Long may it stand. Hip hip hooray! Alright. Smiles and good cheer all around. But also a bit of a reminder that I'm in charge of keeping some very, very different people all focused on the same goal. More responsibility than I asked for, more than I wanted. But I can do this, for the sake of all my friends. Okay, anyone else I should talk to before moving in? Yeah, I want to chat with Domino real quick. Why not? I find Domino chilling in his usual spot, in front of the battered plastic Japanese arcade cabinet loaded with all his shmup faves. Although chillin' is probably not accurate. As usual, he's hyper-focused on a massively complicated bullet spam pattern from hell, desperately hanging on to the edge of survival. And yet, he finds just enough mental timeshare to say hello. Hello. Hey, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. No, it's fine, I'm good. It's a good day. I'm all packed up and ready to go on permanent vacation with you all. Where's your luggage? You didn't register with the movers, so I figured you'd be bringing your stuff in by hand or something. But I don't see any boxes or suitcases or travel trunks or anything out there. It's just his bag, isn't it? And Domino glances to the battered duffel bag lying on the ground next to his arcade cab. Got it all right here. That's it? The sum total of my worldly possessions. Well, the stuff worth keeping anyway. Ah, the joys of riding the poverty line like a skateboard rail. With his game wrapped up, he turns to chat with me while leaning against the cabinet. He seems genuinely happy, possibly for the first time that I've seen.
This can't possibly end badly.
This is gonna be fun. Assuming we aren't murdering each other by the end of the first week, it'll be nice to not live alone anymore. I'd like to think we can handle this new living arrangement with a minimum of bloodshed. My hope is to provide a friendly, welcoming sort of gamer's paradise for us all. You know, I've never liked that word. Paradise? Gamers. Me neither.
That's curious.
I mean, what is a gamer, really? It's branding and marketing shorthand, a defined role given to us by the media to act as a convenient carrying handle. When a major corporation making sweet bank off you is also telling you who to be and what opinions to hold, and what opinions to fight to the death over, well, that's worrying. I mean, I just think it's overused, but... and to an extent, the esports scene completely buys into it. You don't want to make sponsors unhappy, and sponsors want you to stick to the script. I mean, true. At least Pizza Yums is sort of outside the system, but even then, they perpetuate the image that gamers can't bother learning how to cook proper meals. Gamers should just stuff microwaved crud down their throat as fast as possible, so they can get back to fragging noobs and raising their KD ratio.
Isn't it ironic?
Thus, the loop is closed. We become part of our own subservience. Okay. I kind of went off on a Loxley-esque rant there, didn't I? Uh, hmm. Sure, I'll go with that. No, I get what you mean. It's an easy trap to fall into, filling the shoes someone else gave you. It's far from a problem unique to gamers. You know, oh, being defined, you know, as a group in unfavorable stereotypes. Oh man, gamers are so oppressed. We're walking a weird line, being professionals who have to keep their sponsor happy. We need to be careful not to become generic esports team number 23. If we keep our individualism and our ideals alive, I think we can work within the system without being complicit in its excesses. That's a pretty tight rope to walk, but I'm glad for you're mindful of it. Last thing I want is for Magnificent Seven to be all like, "What up, fellow gamers? Buy more pizza yums!" Well, we have to push the product a little, but only in ways we agree with. Hopefully we'll have a choice in the matter. Maybe it's for the best that I'm bunkmates with Locksley for this Magnificent 7 HQ experiment. We see eye to eye on this stuff. So you've picked out your room assignment already?
Yeah.
Yep, Xi'an's moving stuff around accordingly. Starting tomorrow, Magnificent 7 HQ is in full effect. I'd suggest a huge party to celebrate, but let's not annoy our landlord on day one. Plus, I'm usually the one who sits in the corner talking to the pets during a party, because when I try to mingle, people go, "Oh, look at the time," and wander off.
I mean,
Honestly, I'm less worried about someone else on the team starting drama than myself accidentally causing some. Of course, we already talked about that, didn't we? After 20XX's main event match of Domino vs Zappa.
not the worst idea.
My hope is that I'll be a bit less morose if I'm around cheerful people. I mean, it's half the reason I keep coming back to GCF. Being a shut-in really drives people up a wall, across the ceiling, and down the other side. I don't know how folks like Locksley managed it before today. Hang on, weren't you a shut-in too? I lived alone, if that's what you mean.
That's curious.
And you didn't have an arcade to fall back on to pump up your social meter, either. How do you do it? How do you avoid losing your marbles from isolation? Hey, for all you know, I could be all smiles and friendship on the outside, but back home I have a collection of human femurs. Maybe this whole Magnificent 7 HQ is a clever ruse to lead you all into my trap, etc.
Nope.
Okay, see, normally I'm the one to make a joke like that, but from you it just feels weird and wrong. Let's leave the unpleasant yet humorous reminders of our current actual reality to the master, shall we? Right. Sorry. Whatever. I'm too stoked for our new house to really let anything get me down today. I'm not used to feeling this jovial and confident. It's a pleasant thing, to be sure. Be nice if I could keep it rolling more than a day or two. Usually I get slam dunked back into the suck after it passes, but hey, who knows? Maybe with more contact with optimists like you and Grace, I can keep it going. Okay, I should double check to make sure I didn't actually leave anything behind. My old landlord dumped all my crap on the curb for garbage pickup. I may need to root through it.
Be seeing you.
See you upstairs later? You got it. Anyone else I want to hang out with before officially moving in? Hang on, the sun's already gone down. Why the heck haven't we moved in yet? I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're fresh out. Beep beep, Grammarhead. You have an incoming message from Jinx. Hey there, Gion's trying to get our arcade game working and running into problems. Any idea how to boot a custom arcade PC? Real mess up here right now. Huh. It's just a PC and a fancy wooden box. I thought arcade games were all special. Oh, sorry. Huh. It's just a PC and a fancy wooden box? I thought arcade games were all specialized hardware. Retro games, yes. Modern ones tend to use off-the-shelf components. Want me to reply to her? Oh, wait, I've got another message from you. This time from Grace. I've got another message for you. This time from Grace. I could use a hand moving my game collection. I could use a hand moving my game collection. Can you take the subway to the 23rd Street station? Moving these boxes myself is proving difficult. I don't think I can leave either of them hanging. Rhapsody could easily get an FOD2 machine going. They're a computery type person like you, and I'm sure Loxley would be more than happy to carry some boxes for Grace. So, who should I send where? I think... I mean, I want to spend more time with Jinx, but also Grace. Well, since it's a decision between the two, I guess I'll go with Jinx? Sure. Oh, Grace. I don't... I do want to spend some time with Grace. And it is sort of the more pressing one, but really it's just the decision between the two, between who I want to hang out with. Hold on. If I load that, who should we help indeed? I think... hold on. Sorry, just checking some stuff. Okay, I think I'll go with... I don't know. I guess I'll go with Grace for now. Yeah, I want to help Grace. Iris, can you message Rhapsody? Ask them to head upstairs and fix up our FOD2. I'm going uptown to help Grace.
Okay.
You got it, Grammarhead. The apartment will be ready to go by the time you get back. Tucking my phone back into my pocket, I head out the doors at GCF and off to the subway. Just because I'm looking to romance Jinx doesn't mean I can't, you know, do what I want. And right now I think I'd rather spend time with Grace. I want to learn more about her. With half the city packing it in for the day and the other half getting ready for the night ahead, it's a fairly crowded train ride up to 23rd Street. I rarely go uptown. Not much point. That's where all the finance and business hop-up goes down, and where the rich establish their legacies. Guess this is where Grace used to live, in her family's manor house. A manor house in the middle of a city being pretty damn weird to boot. But while I'm expecting to get further directions from the tram station to meet her at her home, she's actually at the station and waiting for me. Along with 4 giant cardboard boxes packed to the brim with plastic cartridges. Honestly, it's a miracle I managed to carry them all myself. But when I got to the turnstile, well, I realized I couldn't do this on my own.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks for coming by, Grammarhead. Moving these is so much easier with a helper. The old game console carts shifting around in my box as the subway rattles around menacingly are a bit worrying. Hopefully the rough ride isn't damaging them. Why didn't we use the moving service we hired? Sure. I don't get it. We hired hold on. What were the other options? I kind of want to know. Help Grace. How fragile are these things? What happens if we drop it? Not a problem. Stack them up and I'll hold them. Okay, no. This one. We hired movers to help with stuff like this. I don't get it. We hired movers to help We hired movers to help with stuff like this, Grace. They could have packed up and relocated your whole collection for you. Iris sent a sign-up sheet around the whole team, but you didn't sign up for anything. Why not? It's really not a bother, honest. I figured I wouldn't want to trouble anyone. Easier under the circumstances to take them myself, right? Besides, these are my babies. I can't trust them to just anyone. I guess you wanted to focus on your games first and foremost, right? Clothes, furniture, other knickknacks can come later. I already kept some of my clothes at Jinx's place. That's all I really need. I live digitally, not physically. Well, okay, so old video games are a bit more physical and plasticky than purely digital, but you get the idea. This is odd. Everybody else, excluding Domino, had oodles of stuff to move over to the new apartments. Grace comes from money. Surely she has a large hoard of stuff to migrate, right? But no, all she cares about are her games. Guess I still don't have a good handle on who Grace is as a person to be surprised by that, but whatever. I can roll with it. So, how many games are in these boxes anyway? Let's see, about 200 NES cards, 100 SNES and Sega Genesis cards, about 100 loose discs for the Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo PlayStation, and Atari XLX, plus a few mint rares and some prototypes. I've got a boxed Stadium Events and a Nintendo World Championship Grey Cart. I've even got a rare ET prototype for the Atari 2600, which was totally awful. Thank goodness they fixed it before release, right? That sounds valuable. Old and valuable. Yeah, so this is, again, I think this is the event that changed the timeline. Yeah, is literally just E.T. was good.
Of course.
Yep, I curate my collection very carefully. I didn't have enough space in the storage unit for too many games, so I only picked ones I really wanted. It took years scouring the collector's scene for the games I wanted, but it's more or less complete now. I mean, I'm always tweaking and tuning the archive a little. Wait, you kept it all in a storage unit? Not your bedroom? And Grace's good cheer wobbles a little. Well,
I mean, I wasn't technically allowed to. My parents saw video games as a waste of time. I wasn't allowed to own a video game console. They barely tolerate my little portable one, because I insisted it's more of a computer than a game system, thanks to my extensive modifications. So, I keep my stuff offsite, away from their disapproving glares. But now, I can keep it at Jinx's place. She doesn't mind at all, and even lets me hook up some of my old consoles there. And even better, I can share these wonderful games with everyone else. I know our focus is on arcade games, FOD2, yeah, but also Zappers Leica games and Domino shooters. But I hope I can show you all the love I have for these cute little toys from days gone by. Back when all you needed was a gamepad, a best friend, and a TV to live your best life.
she shifts her grip on the heavy box, arms growing a bit wary despite her high spirits carrying her along. Bit weary, sorry. I'll admit, that sort of good cheer is infectious. I know about as much about console games as I do arcade games, but I know passion when I hear it. I know how you feel. I love PC games, but I'm the only one on the team who does. How about after the housewarming party we do the Mario until the break of dawn? When did you first meet everyone else if you're primarily a console gamer and not an arcader? I'm curious about that, and also I kind of want to... I'll just go with this one. It's difficult being completely in love with the thing, but feeling alone in that love. I mean, look at me, I'm a PC gamer at heart. I can talk your ear off about every step to beating King's Quest V, every single moon logic puzzle. becoming the Avatar in Ultima, taking down the Kilrathi in Wing Commander. But everyone would just sort of look at me funny if I did that. They didn't grow up with these games like I did. Scouring websites for abandonware, the occasional bit of piracy, whatever it took to dig deeper and deeper into my hobby's roots. All for the love of the game. And Grace gets a wry little smile. But I've played all 3 of those games. What? King's Quest V had an NES version. It's not great, but it exists. And then there's Ultima, and even Wing Commander. Seriously?
Of course.
Seriously. Games are universal sometimes. Our shared joy, available access across so many different platforms. Many arcade games got PC and console ports too. I'm sure we can find common ground with everyone, some way, somehow. Don't worry, we're all friends, and we support each other's passions. From the screech of brakes and the way my center of gravity protests, it seems the train's slowing down before the Chinatown stop. But here we are, ready to make Magnificent 7 headquarters official? You bet. I know I was a little hesitant at first, what with my family situation, but I think that we're really going to get along And just as the doors start to open, someone slams into Grace, knocking her to the floor. What the fuck? Her box pops open, games scattering everywhere. The man quickly spots a white cardboard box in the pile, grabs it, and runs out the doors before I can even react. Instinctively, I move to help Grace pick herself up along with her fallen game collection, but she waves me away as she gets to her own feet.
Oh no.
You've got to stop that guy. He's got one of my favorite games. But I'll handle this. Just go, please. It feels weird abandoning a friend, but that insistent look in her eyes gives my feet wings, and I sprint from the train and up the stairs. Am I doing this? Am I seriously doing this? I'm doing this. I'm seriously doing this. The thief isn't exactly a world-class athlete, so catching his trail is easy enough as he dashes through the streets of Chinatown. But he still had a head start. If he makes a few twists and turns, ducks around a corner, escapes my sight, my heart's pounding out of my chest as I desperately wish I had done some actual freaking cardio instead of playing FOD2 endlessly for years. I need to get an edge on this chase or he's going to escape me. Raw speed isn't enough. Take a shortcut is probably a bad idea. Maybe, I don't know. Because we could just lose him completely. Shout in his direction, maybe someone will stop him for me. Hey, stop! This is a citizen's arrest! Oh good, that's only making him run faster. But it's clear he's just as lousy at cardio as I am, because the additional burst of speed is making him tire out faster than me. If I control my pace, making sure I'm keeping him in sight without trying to catch up, he's going to slow down, and then I've got him. I'm seeing spots as I desperately pump my legs, trying to close the last gap between myself and the fleeing game thief. And finally, he makes a mistake. He dashes into a dead-end alley, allowing me to catch up. Nowhere to run now. He's too out of breath to even form a complete sentence. Now's my chance. Grab the game away from him, we'll threaten him into handing it over. You can give me back Grace's game or okay, maybe. Maybe not that. Oh crap, this is gonna go... Oh, I just overrode the save. Whoops. Okay. I guess this is happening now. Do you have any idea what this game is? I'll pay you. $1,000. No, $5,000. Please. On cue, Grace catches up with us, and oddly, she's not the least bit out of breath, despite running the same distance we did. Okay. The subway attendant was nice enough to watch my boxes while I caught up to you. Wait. You're...
What?
Norman? You're the one who stole my game? Damn it. You weren't supposed to get a good look at me. You know this piece of shit, Grace? Yeah, Yes, he's a regular on the game collectors forums I visit. We traded tips on rare games for auction before. Norman, why? Why would you steal from me? Because you don't deserve this game. You aren't a real collector. You aren't trying to get a full set. I've been trying for years to get a full NES set, and this is the last piece. Do you even know how much this game is worth? Back up. What game are we talking about exactly? Oh, it's Stadium Events. It's an exercise game. Very rare. There's only about 20 legitimate copies left in the world. Normally Stadium Events cost $30,000 in the open market, but... You stuck-up little rich girl. Do you have any clue how hard the rest of us have to struggle to afford rare games? People like you just throw down a wad of daddy's money and buy up the last few rares in the world, hoarding them. It's not right. It's not fair. I see. Norman, if this game really means that much to you, well, I guess you can keep it. What? What? He loves his collection. He loves his games. He'll get a lot of love out of Stadium Events too. So, if he really wants it, I guess he should have it. Gracie tried to steal it. Don't reward him for bad behavior. Understand you want you want people to love and respect games, but you don't have to give up something you love either. Yeah, I want to say that. Okay, look, Grace, I know that you love games and want more people to love them the way you do, but this isn't the time or place for that idealism. You don't have to give up something you love just because someone else demands you fork it over. Grammarhead, it's okay. I want to do this. I understand the situation completely. It's counterfeit anyway. Totally worthless. Huh? What? Yeah, I bought it from a repro crafter for like $5. It's fake. You own as fake Stadium Events. Why do you own a fake Stadium Events? It's a total garbage game aside from its resale value.
Aww.
Hey, I really like that game. It's great for my daily cardio routine. But if you can find the same joy in this game, well, I'd be happy to. And he practically hurls the game at us in disgust. I don't want your worthless counterfeit. I'm trying to complete a collection. I'm trying to complete my collection and flip it for enough to buy a Ferrari. This whole thing has been a waste of time. And a cloud of absolute fury, he marches past us, exiting the scene. Huh. Should we go after him or something? Maybe it's for the best. I'm not really interested in pressing charges. I got my game back, and honestly, I don't need any more stress in my life.
That's unfortunate.
I am a little disappointed to find out he only wanted the game. I am a little disappointed to find out he only wanted the game for its resale value, though. I go to those collectors forums because I want to share my love for video games. Knowing some people are only in it for the money, well, it's a pity, you know? So, shall we get my stuff back from the Subway Transit Authority and head on down to Good Clean Fun? Grammarhead? Just swallowing down a massive headache. Okay, let's go. Lead the way. This is it, the culmination of my efforts. No, our efforts. Everyone had to pitch in. Jinx giving up her personal space, Grace willing to deal with her family situation, everyone agreeing to uproot their steady day-to-day lives in favor of making Magnificent Seven headquarters a reality. Now I kind of wish I chose to hang out with Jinx instead. Ah well. With the last details handled, we gather outside one of the two front doors to our suite of apartments, and are ushered in by Jian. Thank you for your patience. I wanted to make sure everything was just right before the big unveiling. Without further ado, welcome to Magnificent Seven Headquarters! Also known as my apartment, to be specific. One of the two connected apartments, We installed a door so you can pass back and forth without needing to go out into the main hallway. Both apartments have a cozy kitchen, spacious bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. Cool. According to the room assignments you've requested, in this apartment, Jinx and Grace will share a room, while Grammarhead will be by himself. An even number of bedrooms and an odd number of residents means Grammarhead gets his own room. What luck! In this apartment, you'll also find Grace's classic gaming library and Jinx's music library. Please consider playing your albums at a lower volume, dear sister. I promise nothing. Moving on. The second apartment is where we've assembled your shiny new FOD2 game. Well, it didn't start out very shiny, since Hamza's second place prize was kind of a wreck, but it's all fixed up now. Here you'll also find Rhapsody's streaming rig, and a kitchen fully stocked with your favourite arcade snacks. But please eat something other than pizza bagels and nachos. We installed a stove for a reason. Sapper and Rhapsody will be sharing one of the 2 bedrooms. Assuming I'm not partying out all night long, of course. I wonder if we'll even use the room. I'll be pulling lots of all-nighters editing FOD2 strategy videos. And the other bedroom will be occupied by Domino and Loxley. Do we get bunk beds? Bunk beds are awesome, but I'll take the lower bunk. Heights make me nauseated. Alas, they are but singletons. But regardless, I swear that we shall bond as roomies and brothers, my good fellow. And that's everything. Rent is due the 1st of the month, sharp. I understand your sponsor's budget is tight, but if you all pitch in, it should be more than enough. Any questions? Just one.
Aw, yeah.
Who's going to play the very first round of FAD2 on this sweet new pad? Are you calling dibs? Oh heck no, just checking if anyone else was calling dibs. And if not, I think I've got a cool idea. Zappa steps back and nudges both Jinx and Grace to step forwards. I say we have a battle for Hygiene Officer of Magnificent 7 Headquarters. That means Jinx and Grace teaming up against Grammarhead.
What?
Accepted. Great, losing team has to clean our apartments for a week. There are stakes now? Oh dear. It's cool. We're going to clean headquarters by wiping the floor with Grammarhead. You and I got this, Grace.
Okay.
Okay then, we've got this. We'll win, I just know it. Okay then, as my partner, I'll pick... Oh no, you don't get to pick. We need to make this fun. You're going to use online matchmaking and team up with a rando. What?
Nice.
Smatter Grammarhead. Don't think you can carry some scrub to victory? Your team cat herder doesn't back down from a fight. Let's do the heck. What's... Your team cat herder doesn't back down from a fight. Let's do this. You think a little disadvantage scares me? As your resident coach, manager, and cat herder, I'm not backing down from any challenge. We gather around the single screen game, plugging in joysticks and keyboards and such. It's more cramped than the spacious 2-screen deluxe version downstairs, but we manage. I let the matchmaker spin its wheels until eventually it settles on... Your partner is named Papa Smurf 69XX? Huh? What the... That's my random partner? Silly name, but so what? No, I know the handle. No, I know the handle. That's not just some rando. That's Huntmeister's Smurf account. Smurf account? An alternate fake game handle where you play under when you really want to fight someone without anyone knowing who you really are. What the hell is Huntmeister doing playing on that old Smurf account? He's a big time play to win competitor now. If you don't want to play with someone you don't like, we could cancel the match and try again. No, let's see how this plays out. I'm too curious to stop now. Okay, if you insist. Okay, here we go. Loser scrubs the toilet. Okay, here we go. Loser scrubs toilets for a week. With chores on the line and my rival for some reason ending up having my back, I line up my fingers on the keys and get ready to have a fight. Is he gonna recognize my username though? Guess we'll find out. Alright, I better not lose this. Grace definitely seems like the kind to defend. I'm gonna special. The timing is tricky, but I managed to pull off a wicked special move. A sweeping energy kick right to the face of Grace. Special beats the defend. You earn... so yeah, 140 points. What's Jinx gonna do? Jinx is gonna probably... I'm gonna guess Jinx is gonna special. Or maybe attack. I'm gonna go with attack. You both attack. It's a tie. You earn 50 points, they earn 40. Score is now 190 to 40. I reckon... we attack. I think she's gonna special. Yep. Swiftly, I get to work taking out ninja minions on my way to Grace. And then attack directly using Tomokazu's fists. Yep, okay. What are we gonna do here? So, last time she attacked... What's she gonna do here? I think I attack again. Yep, attack beats their special. You earn 130 points. Hell yeah, wiping the floor with them. When am I going to use my special though? My ultimate? Probably Jinx is going to use it. Could try defending, because I reckon she might just try attacking out of desperation. We can try that. So Grace wants to come at me? Fine by me. I turtle myself up and defend against the attacks, keeping myself and my minions safe. Yes! Reading it like a book. Should I ultimate here? I'm gonna ultimate. Countered your opponent's ultimate! Yes! We are destroying them. I'm going to... At the end of it all, I think she's going to special, or maybe attack. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe she'll defend to try and... Maybe she'll defend to try and... I don't know. I don't think she's going to attack, I think she's going to special or defend. I'm going to go with special. Oh! Nice! Okay. 940 to 40, Jesus Christ. And at the end, Huntmeister is going to special. It's a tie. 110 to 100. It's all... Are these scores in binary? I don't understand. Cool, we beat him. Wow, hard fight. Both of you really put up a strong defense. No, they didn't. Good work. It's funny. Normally a victory gives me a serious adrenaline rush, but against my friends, I'm just feeling happy for all of us. No high, no low. Just a comfortable middle. Likewise. Strong showing out there, Grammarhead. We've got a lot to learn from you, clearly. I'm just glad I could enjoy a game with my friends. That's what I'm looking forward to most, now that we're all together. Being able to share something we love, more so than ever before. Okay, I'm excited. I'm into this. Let's keep going, keep going. How about a battle between Apartment 109's roomies? Domino and Loxley against Zapper and Rhapsody. Indeed, Domino, we ride to battle as one. Tally-ho and all that crap. You know I'm always down. Rhapsody, you ready? You bet. I got some new techniques I want to try out. With the team swarming around our new game, everyone eager to have a turn, they'll be playing long into the night, no doubt. I've had my moment in the sun. Besides, there's something odd about that battle which I may want to look into. Nah, not interested in talking to Huntmeister. Let's just hang on with the team more. Honestly, yeah. It's not really anyone's business. Besides, basking in the warmth of a housewarming party feels great right now. I don't want to break the flow of good tidings. When my sponsor suggested this idea of building a team house, it felt to me like the next logical step in going from amateur to pro. Get a team together, get sponsored, get a house, fight in tournaments, qualify for the Pro Tour, win the Pro Tour, hoist the trophy, and then immortality. Sure, yeah. Every single step along the path being a hard granite slab you smash down into the ground to pave the way to victory. But there's more to this new home than just a stepping stone. Just like how that fight was about more than who won or lost. It's about us, making something all of us can share, together. Win or lose, champion or failure, we've built something today, and I hope it lasts a long, long time. The best days are ahead of us. 3 days later, oh god.
Okay, who replaced the desktop wallpaper on my computer with a photo montage of scary clowns? It's not funny.
What happened to my lucky socks? They were right here. I need them. I need my lucky socks.
Someone left the door open, and now Minx is lost in the building. And that someone better find her, or that someone is gonna get an ass whooping.
Loxley, I swear to RN Jesus, if you don't stop humming that song under your breath, I'm gonna tear out your throat and feed it to you.
Yeah, this is what happens. The best days are ahead of us, honest. Alright, we cleared level 3. You're in Jinx's passenger seat, it seems, once again. You're a pretty flexible person so far. Not bad. Also, you scored 21,550 points. Sweet, good job. Would you like to change your personal metadata? Nope. That's fine. And I will save the game real quick. And, sure, let's just go right into... Yeah, sure. Let's just jump right into the next chapter. I will be taking a break soon, though. News update with Punchy78.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to post.
Is it just me, or is his voice louder than every other voice in the game?
The Pro Tour is heating up, with contenders eager to scoop up precious qualification points to claim a place at the main event. With the Pizza Yums Invitational happening at this year's Max, the stage is set for a bagel-powered, high-profile tournament. This could be the major win everybody's favorite underdog team needs to really reach for the gold.
Invitational tournament at Max East. Oh yeah, that was a thing in the first game, wasn't
But
it?
fighting in local arcades is nothing compared to the big stage at Max. Can they see this through?
Honestly, PAX is wild when you think about it. That's the convention that Max is based off of, right? Like it's what is it? It stands for Penny Arcade Expo, and Penny Arcade was just like a random like gaming webcomic, and now PAX is like long, like overshadowed the existence of Penny Arcade.
Like, share, subscribe, smash the bell, rate Fight Shack 5 stars, tell your friends, tell your enemies, this is getting intense.
It's the distant future year 20XX, and you know what? Things are decent. Not perfect, but not awful. A nice, comfortable middle ground of success. I've had wins, I've had losses, and I've gotten better at coping with the latter, although I'll admit to some anxiety regarding what's coming up next. I'm going to be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break now, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright? See you in a second. there really no option in OBS to just like align that text box there and like the to have it like aligned by the center point, whatever. Okay, let's continue on with Arcade Spirits, the new challenges. I've had wins, I've had losses, I've gotten better at coping with the latter. And I've gotten better at coping with the latter, although I'll admit to some anxiety regarding what's coming up next. And now I'm at the Pizza Yums Invitational. If we win this, we curry favour with our sponsors and we curry favour... If we win this, we curry favour with our sponsors and with our sponsor and rack up some very critical Pro Tour points. It's time to be serious. And while most of the time I can keep that vibe rolling, today, well, I'm pretty far outside my comfort zone, which is going to make matters difficult. Specifically, I'm 2,408 miles away from my comfort zone. Instead of my comfy and chaotic East Coast city homestead, I've flown out to the West Coast to a rainy gem of the Pacific Northwest, to Max Prime. I thought we were going to Max East. Wasn't that what was said before? Oh, whatever. What's Max Prime, you may ask? Because I had to ask myself, looking like a total newbie in the process. In a word, crowded. Max is what you get when 70,000 people descend upon a building the size of an airport. All of them here to hawk retro gaming wares, play new arcade games, and enter tournaments. So not only am I fighting off jet lag from my first coast-to-coast trip, dealing with a neck ache from some kid kicking the back of my seat and generally craving death, I'm also elbow to elbow with unwashed gamers, eager to hustle for rare finds, valuable wares, and championship glory. Just taking a look around this place. Very cool. Is that just... That's just Untitled Goose Game, right? The one that's just called Honk. Pak-kun. The expo hall alone is like an aircraft hangar, packed with... Oh, excuse me. The expo hall alone is like an aircraft hangar, packed with vendor booths and playable prototype games. All the major companies and arcade chains have a presence here. Even the console games are represented, with the big three of Sega, Nintendo, and Atari having booths. They're the big three in this timeline? That's great. But the Palace, the world's biggest arcade franchise, easily drowns them out. All the flashing lights and noisy crowds are threatening to drown me out too. Yeah, so it used to be Deco's Palace, I guess they rebranded a little bit. So yeah, a little in over my head, considering I was a PC gamer shut-in until recently, but my teammates are eating this up with a spoon. For a second I thought it had an uncensored swear word. I could have sworn I saw the word shit in there. But no. Finally, a Left Coast Max. I've been to the Right Coast Max event plenty of times. Now I can compare the two. If you need me, I'll probably everywhere. She just calls them left and right packs. That's funny. Max, sorry, not packs. It's legally distinct. Queen Bee! She's on the thing. She's on the TV screen. My love. The character I romanced in the last game. Wow, so many people who love video games under one roof. I can't wait to say hello to all the indie devs and see what they've been making. This is just the best. First stop has to be the retro game dealers, though. Maybe I can get a few more rare finds for my collection. 50-hour Japanese RPGs, here I come. Okay, this is a bit much, isn't it? Pity Jinx couldn't come with us. I would have loved to grouse about the gaudiness with her. Meantime, I think I'll go engage in retail therapy. See you later. Leaving me with the two most social individuals in our entire group, sticking by my side for the time being.
Marvelous.
Such an intense atmosphere. I'd heard many a song sung of the wonders to be found at Max, but I'll admit, little has prepared me for the reality. But I shall remain steadfast in the face of this madness, rest assured.
I vibe with it.
Behold, the wonders of Max. Glorious and terrifying all at once. This is the second biggest max I've ever seen. The first being Max East, of course. Wait, so if it's not the biggest one, why is it called Max Prime? Luckily, I won't have to fight the crowds too much. Since I'm casting the matches for the Invitational, I've got a special VIP badge. I can come and go when I please. If you want to see Max in all its magnificence, without a sea of bodies, I can let you borrow it after the floor hours are over. The show floor hours are over. Is it a bad time to mention that I've never been in a room with more than 10 people in it since high school graduation? I mean, look at this. Where do we even start with this? Is there a map? Do I need a guide and survival gear? Should I swear to offer my tasty flesh as nourishment if we get stranded?
I disagree, my friend.
Come now, it's not quite all that. But honestly, a guide isn't a bad idea. Loxley and I can be your max guides. If you need anything, we're only a text away. Assuming you can get any service, of course. 7k people all battling to connect to the Wi-Fi is a tournament on its own. Rhapsody is right. We will be by your side as needs be.
Tally-ho!
Besides, your focus today is the Pizza Yums Invitational, yes? Put all this aside and keep your goals in sight. No need to engage with the teeming masses if you're really only interested in competitive play. Do what makes you happy.
Sounds good to me.
Agreed. Do what you want to do. And if you're getting overwhelmed, it's okay to take a break and clear your head. Remember that there is an outside. It does exist. One last piece of advice from your guide. Don't forget to have some fun while you're here. There's so much more to do than the tournament. Right, tournament. Focus on the tournament. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. This is my time. This is my hour. I can do this. It's just another tournament. A very, very critical one that will earn us favor with Pizza Yums and a ton of Pro Tour qualification points, but just another tournament. I take a breath to calm my nerves and turn to face the combat arena. It's a huge stage decorated up for the big showdowns between top professional teams, all invited by Pizza Yums. I always, whenever Pizza Yums is used at the end of a sentence, I give it like an inflection, even though that's just what their brand just always has the exclamation mark at the end. It's not actually supposed to be exclaimed. Its aura flows into the surrounding booths and right up to my toes. Soon, I'll be taking on challenges there, so why not get a lay of the land? It's good to know what I'm getting myself into. Using various hand motions and signals, I let Rhapsody and Loxley know I'm going to wander toward the stage to check it out. They nod in approval, and I try not to get lost on the jaunt over to the stage. I approach the oppressive stage and... Wait. Why is there press gathering by the stage? Why is there press gathering by the stage seating arena? The actual tournament doesn't start for another hour. Which is why Pizza Yums is proud to announce a brand new sponsorship of Team Play to Win. Oh god. What? We're happy to work with Victoria Proud, whom you may know better as Valkyrie, the two-time EVO champion and coach for Team Play to Win. Pizza Yums certainly knows how to play to win, and we're thrilled to support the dreams of Play to Win as they rise in the Pro Tour ranks. Camera flashes go off as the press snaps photos of the newly minted business partners, and then one of them asks the question that's burning in my mind. What about your previous sponsorship of the Magnificent Seven? Unfortunately, we've parted ways with Magnificent Seven. Their spot in the Pizza Yums Invitational will be given to Team Play to Win. What? We wish their little team the best of luck in the future, and see nothing but success in store for them. Now, as we look to the future, we look to Team Play to Win. We hope you enjoy seeing them dominate at the Pizza Yums Invitational. As the crowd of journalists disperses, I march right on up to confront my former sponsor. Beep beep, this is an intense identity situation. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. You can't just drop Magnificent Seven. We have a contract with you. Excuse me, but we had a contract with Pizza Yums? You can't just dump us without 2 weeks' notice or something like that, right? Actually, there's an exception clause if we feel you aren't representing our brand well. We've done everything you asked of us. Yes, but you haven't grown, haven't signed new players, haven't won us any money, or anything indicating you're big enough to justify the investment. But on the plus side, we've already paid for your trip to Max. Enjoy your hotel room and the convention at your leisure. Plenty of fun to be had, even if you can't play in the tournament, right? You literally invited me! If you'll excuse me, I've got other business to attend to. Despite my former sponsor slinking off, the one who really backstabbed me stands her ground. We lock eyes and she takes a step towards me. Victoria Proud, back-to-back EVO champion known as Valkyrie, owner of Team Play to Win, most powerful woman in the industry, is almost gentle in her expression. Could that be sympathy?
Defeat is never easy, I know. But in reality, this is me doing you a favor. I know it's hard to see right now, but that's the truth of it.
Excuse me?
You're way in over your head, and you don't even realize it. I've been grinding the pro gaming scene all my life, from the original Street Fighter through to Fist of Discomforts 1 and 2. I've been here, building the scene, while you were busy tinkering with building blocks in preschool. And that's not a dig at you. I'm trying to point out that I've been in your situation before, making the exact same mistakes you are.
So you're trying to push me out of the industry?
Nobody was there picking me up when I fell. No one helped me. So that's what I'm doing for you, here and now. Helping you see that you aren't ready for this. Are your players signed with actual contracts? Do you even have an accountant or a lawyer?
I have an Iris. We have a Hulk. She waves her phone in my direction, where the neon wireframe of a familiar virtual girl waves back.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. She's handy, but an app is no substitute for having a full support staff. You're playing at being something you're not.
Could we use that as blackmail if we had to? The fact that she owns an illegal app?
You should stick to having fun with your friends and let this fantasy of yours go. There's no shame in being a casual.
Is that really what you would have told your younger self? Just give up? I would say... You say that, but I strongly doubt you have my best intentions at heart. Okay, I get that you feel like you're giving valuable advice to a new generation of gamers, but considering you also stole my sponsor, it rings hollow. I'm all for learning from my elders, that's fine, I won't reject good advice, but then you go and steal away the only thing funding our dreams? Rather conveniently lining your own pockets. Sir, I'm thinking your motives aren't exactly pure here.
Don't chide me about things you can't fully understand yet. You're far from ready to stand in judgment of me. If you lost your funding, that's your fault. If I hadn't done it, someone else would have. Learn the lesson and move on.
And she walks away, as I'm no longer even the tiniest of concerns to her. Just another try-hard for her to dismiss.
Iris, what's my schedule like for the next hour?
All clear, ma'am.
Good. Find me somewhere pleasant to have a spot of lunch before the first round begins.
Leaving me with all of Max before me, and no actual reason for me to be here anymore. With the impromptu press conference of doom over, I listlessly wander back toward my friends. Once we join up again, I quickly reiterate what went down. Ugh, that's rough. It's not like we needed another reason to dislike Play to Win. They're really hitting us where it hurts. But on the bright side, the shipments of pizza bagels to headquarters will end. I'm not sure the bright side is all that bright, Rhapsody. Once we get home, we still have rent to pay and team salaries. If we can't pay, we'll lose the apartments. Some of us will have to find new jobs. No, we're in too deep. We need a new sponsor to keep the ball rolling. No way around it. Where can we find a last-minute sponsor? Nepotism. I don't know. It is probably going to be like that. But I do know something, or someone rather, I can turn to. I pull out my phone. Iris, what do you got for me?
Beep, beep.
I've already started searching. It could take a few days though. Right now the news feeds are choked with news of Play to Win signing with Pizza Yums. We may need to wait for that story to cool off to find someone interested in us. We're, literally yesterday's news at this point. I'm not sitting around waiting. I'm the coach, the responsible cat herder. I gotta get on top of this as soon as I can. I should probably head back to the hotel and do some serious research. Not like there's any reason for me to stick around here anymore. Indeed, you could do that. Or you could take a break from being a manager and let your friends help you out instead. Rhapsody and I can solve this problem. What? No, it's okay. This is my job. You don't have to... I insist. With your sword, I'm your sword arm, yes? My liege must rest and recuperate while I tirelessly fight this battle. Besides, I have hidden talents which I may apply. Making contacts, networking, wheeling and dealing. I've experience in such matters. Chatting up possible new sponsors for us will be child's play.
Yeah.
Loxley is right. I might have a few leads myself. It helps to know the right people, and I can track them down in between casting matches. Leave this to us, Grammerhead. You and the rest of Magnificent Seven go have fun. You've done plenty for us already. Let us return the favor. When I first arrived at Good Clean Fun, I lamented having all these chores and duties, but now handing them off feels weird. It feels like I'm admitting defeat. Like I failed. But if someone else is offering to pick up the burden, well, maybe I should take them up on that? There's no shame in it, right? I guess it could work, but are you sure? I don't mind, really. It's my job to figure stuff like this out. Honestly, between my allies and Rhapsody's industry connections, we're likely better positioned to do this than you are. Weren't you a complete shut-in before you met us? I wasn't a complete shut-in. I did go down to the corner store to buy more nachos, sometimes. The pinnacle of diplomatic prowess, that.
Shall we?
Besides, if we should fail, nothing is lost, yes? You and your Iris simply resume your efforts after this weekend's festivities. You've earned a break. If you overwork yourself, you'll burn out. We've all seen you putting in the overtime and getting everything together for us. So, let Loxley and me take a shot at this, okay? They're not wrong. I haven't slept well this past month, and we moved from practice session to practice session, online tournament to online tournament. And the times I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat with images of pixelated smiles burning in my brain, well, those sure don't help either. Okay? Okay. I put it in your hands.
Excellent.
You may rely upon us. Meanwhile, we're at Max, the nexus of fun and games, the perfect opportunity to immerse yourself further in arcade culture, yes?
Nice.
Now's the time to go out there and experience your first Max. We've got this. Aimless and directionless. Me, an FOD2 junkie and a PC gamer versus a thundering herd of arcade fanatics. This is not a matchup I can counter. I should definitely seek out my friends. I don't mind playing second fiddle. Second fiddle whatever fun they're having. Who do I want to look for first? Fortunately, Iris has a map of the convention center loaded up and ready, complete with handy icons representing each of them. Cool. Who's this? I could tell Flight Shack's reporters about what happened. That'd be something. Phone up Jinx in chat. Domino and Grease are shopping for nerd stuff. Zappa's playing a military shooter game. I'm going to join Zappa first, I think. and then I'll give Jinx a call. Or I'll do this and I don't know. Jinx is definitely on my list. Okay. Let's chat with Zappa first. I find Zappa playing the latest light gun slinging action game on offer from a major publisher. She's playing Guns Akimbo as usual. I'm guessing that just means like dual wielding guns. The cabinet is decorated in camouflage and netting, with sandbags and ammo boxes on the floor around it as stage props. On the screen, she mows down waves of terrorists, round after round. But despite racking up an amazing kill streak, unlocking a drone airstrike to wrap up even more bloody deaths... Nah. She holsters the guns and steps out of the way. The next two gamers in line grab for them quickly, eager to play, as are the dozens waiting patiently behind them. Oh hey, sup? How's Max treating you? I spare a glance at the line in front of the game, and alongside it, and wrapping around the booth twice over. How long were you waiting to play that game? Not long. I knew a guy who knew a guy. Oh, so I guess abandoning ship in the middle of the demo isn't a great loss then. No, that's not why I folded. It's... this isn't a kind of game. Well, the game sucks, so why keep playing? Isn't this like a multi-million-dollar juggernaut which scored 9 out of 10 from every reviewer on Earth? I mean, I'm a PC gamer and even I've heard of...
Not interested.
Not my thing. Let me explain. You know I love hot light gun games, and the hotter the better. More chaos, more sharpshooting skill, more over-the-top action. But usually I'm shooting robots, zombies, aliens, cartoon gangsters, stuff like that. Yeah, we had this discussion before. When it comes to realistic military shooters, well, no, not my thing. I don't like glorifying gun violence. Hooray for patriotic motor simulators right there. Why did you play the game at all if you knew it wasn't for you? Just curious. True. Why did you play this game at all if you already knew you weren't going to like it? I mean, only so many hours in max. Surely there were other games, right?
I'm thinking.
Good question, good question. How do I explain this? Learn from mistakes, right? I don't shy away from exposing myself to terrible ideas either. I like to check out the things I traditionally hate now and then, just to be sure. I'm not some kid refusing to eat a broccoli. Every now and then you gotta eat some so you can say, yeah, that green stuff? It's the pits. So, I figured I'd give this publisher's games another spin, see if anything's changed. Answer? Nope, still not for me. Still too close to reality. I'd say the main issue is... The main issue is that guns are awesome. That's the general impression I get from you, yes. No, I don't mean that in a good way. We don't use the word awesome in its traditional sense anymore, do we? To be filled with awe. Awe can be wonderful, or terrible. I look at the cold metal precision of a mass-manufactured assault rifle, and I'm filled with awe. That someone would design an object purpose-built for mass murder. It's a hell of a thing, isn't it? A hell of a thing. Like Oppenheimer looking at an atomic bomb, seeing the ghosts of its future victims. So, the problem is that it's too brutal a reminder of actual reality? Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome.
Now, give me a laser pistol, give me robots, give me 2 bottomless Hollywood pistols and 1,000,000 books to style on. Give me something awesome. Something that's so over the top and down the other side and up the side of the next hill that I can relax and sink into the fantasy.
Aw, yeah.
You do that, and we're good. We can have fun with violence without feeling like we're advocating murder. We can chill the hell out and blast some baddies. So basically you want to live inside an 80s action movie. So what I'm getting from you is that if you could crawl into a badass 1980X action movie and live there, you'd be cool with that. So which one? Commando, Terminator, Aliens? I'm thinking Running Man. I mean, sure, it's a dystopian nightmare world where you fight to the death on a TV game show, but I like competition, you know? And in the sequel, I can gear up to overthrow the media overlords with my awesome rebel friends, which is neat. There wasn't a sequel to The Running Man. Not in your imagination, baby. In mine, I have 2 acts of the script already done.
You know I'm down.
But yeah, you get the idea. I just want action, not reality. Give me action or give me death. Or a sandwich. A sandwich is also cool. Realizing we're still loitering around the crowded booth of military shooter fans, Zappa nods and waves for me to follow her. We shuffle off to the side of the con floor. Slightly quieter, but not by much. In other news, rumor mill's saying we lost our sponsor today, huh? Crap, right. I almost forgot. It's cool, it's cool. You got this, right? I trust that you got this. I don't mean that in a questioning way, I literally trust that you got this. Actually, Loxley and Rhapsody are taking first crack at finding a new sponsor. They got this. Hopefully.
You know I'm down.
Yeah, I can see that. Rhapsody knows their stuff. Okay, doubly less worried now. And on that note, I leave. Catch up with you later, Grammarhead. Zappa blazes down her own trail, and I never know what's coming next. It's interesting getting these little pieces inside Zappa's head. From the outside, she looks like a mindless adrenaline junkie, but inside... Okay, inside she's also an adrenaline junkie, but a mindful one. There's still so much to see and do. Where should I explore next? Okay, so am I going to skip the reporters or no? I'm wondering... It says 78, is that... That's nothing to do with Queen Bee, is it? No, 78 is in that guy. Okay. No, I don't care. I'm just gonna go... I'm just gonna stroll through the expo floor. It takes some poking around through the crowd, but eventually I locate Domino and Grace in a maze of game vendors. The booths range from makeshift table and crate arrangements right on top to... The booths range from makeshift table and crate arrangements right on up to glossy and slick storefronts, but they all have one thing in common. Games. Games and games, games with games, games and games and games.
Woohoo!
Oh, they have a dinosaur peak. Oh, that's so rare. $4,000 is a bit steep for it though.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
A bit steep? For an 8-bit video game cartridge? Oh yes, the empty box alone can go for $1,000. I lack the words to adequately express the nightmare horror of this scenario.
Hey.
Ah, Grammarhead, come engage in retail therapy with us. We are purchasing tokens of nerd culture so that we may signify our identification with 30-year-old technology trends. It's not really that cynical, I promise. I just love finding these rare artifacts of game generations that came before me. We can really learn a lot from the past, you know? Agreed. I've got an MS-DOS collection the size of... Well, the games were tiny back then, but relatively speaking, the size of a truck. We could use a truck right about now, actually. He holds up a pair of plastic bags, each straining mightily from the weight of rectangular plastic wedges within them. Today, as we go on a grand safari through the jungles of retro gaming, I am Grace's beast of burden. I mean, if it's too much for you to carry, Domino, it's okay. I don't mind taking a bag or two, it's really no bother. That was an exaggeration for comedic effect, Grace. Don't worry. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't mean to burden you or anything. It's fine. It's fine, we cool. My arms may stretch a few inches by the end of the day, but hey, gravity is a harsh mistress. Seems Domino's love for cynical wordplay is going right over Grace's head. No surprise there. Friends helping friends, right? Or yeah, I could run some packages back to the hotel. Yeah, I'll offer to do that. Easy solution. I take some packages back to the hotel. Less stuff for either of you to carry. I don't have much to do anyway. Rhapsody and Loxley are dealing with the sponsor situation and, well, no tournament. Ah, right. Heard about that. Ah, right. Heard about that. Sucks, huh? Cheer up, Grammarhead. We'll get through this, I just know we will.
That sounds great.
And I think it's a great idea. And I think it's a great idea. You can zip back to our suites and dump off everything I've bought so far. Okay, almost done shopping? I can tag along while you finish up. Almost, just one or two more things I'm looking for. Hey now. Domino points to a plastic game box. Oh, sorry. Hey now. Domino points to a plastic game box on a nearby table, eyes lighting up with mad glee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Silent Hill HD collection. And only $5? Why, yes, I think I will spend my hard-earned coin on the realm of that one. I think I will spend my hard-earned coin of the realm on that one. I've always loved the idea of a horror game where you are, where the only real monsters are the ones you brought in with you.
What?
Oh, don't buy that version. The HD remaster is really awful. If you want to play those games, we should get the originals. I can't afford the originals. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I'd be grabbing Earthbound instead. Oh, what a colourful, happy game. I know. It's got cult deaths, police brutality, and the final boss is a surreal manifestation of violation and agony. Isn't it great? That's just a theory. I'm not going to do it. A game theory! Okay. Anyway, we could get Earthbound for you. There's a loose copy here for only $200. Practically a steal. The cost was much higher back in 2000X when people were investing in retro games rather than simply enjoying them. Let's get you your favorite game. I'll pitch in. What do you say? If I had that kind of money, sure. Which, as I noted, I do not. And with our sponsor situation kinda up in the air, I'm thinking fewer three-digit impulse buys. The better. Right? Are there any cheap digital options for getting that game instead? There have to be alternatives, right? Is Earthbound available digitally? You don't need a literal piece of plastic from 1990X just to enjoy a game. Well, I mean, you could get the mobile phone version of it for a few dollars, but playing a retro game with a virtual D-pad on glass is... done. Domino pockets his phone, having spent digital pocket change on his digital copy of his dream game.
What?
But it's a terrible way to play your games. Hey, I'll take what I can get. And this is a thing I can actually get. It's not the best, but you learn to leave with premium mediocre products when you stay thrifty. Well, okay. I mean, if that works best for you. All the more reason to get a new sponsor, so maybe one day, Domino can buy the things he wants without having to settle for second best. I think that's enough shopping for now. Maybe it's for the best that I not spend all my money on things I don't really need. Hey, don't let me guilt you into not having fun. Hey, don't let me guilt you into not having fun. That'd be sucky. No, it's fine. I'm living by myself now. I can't fall back on my family for support. It's a lesson I should learn. And no matter our situation, no matter what crisis we face, we're together. We'll support each other, and we'll make the right decisions to get through it. Let's hear it for Magnificent Seven! Hooray! Louder! Hooray! Can't hear you. Hooray, damn it! Seriously, hooray! I can't ray any hooer. Let's call it here. My brain's melting from being around 80,000 people and my stomach yearns for calories. Grace hands me the bags, her shopping extravaganza now complete. I'll take care of these. See you both later? Of course. Hauling the purchases back to our hotel doesn't take too long, thanks to the connecting skywalk. 15 minutes later, and I'm back at max. Alright, gonna save the game again, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna pick. Let's chat with Jinx. When arranging for airline tickets to bring the whole team out to the West Coast, one name was absent from the travel arrangements. Jinx. Flying cross-country and dealing with a gigantic convention center wasn't in the cards for her, physically, so she opted out of the trip. But no reason I can't phone her up to see how she's doing. Better do it outside, too, where it's less noisy. Iris, call Jinx on speakerphone.
Okay.
Righty Rudy.
Hey.
Grummerhead. Sup? Hey, Jinx. Just checking in. How you doing? How's the cat? Didn't want to think we forgot all about you two or anything like that. Cat is fine, but how am I doing? How are you doing? News about Pizza Yums ditching us came across like 5 different news feeds at once. Right. That. Loxy and Rhapsody are looking for a new sponsor. Failing that, Iris and I will find someone. Don't worry, we'll make apartment rent this month. Yeah, I know. Not worried about that. I'm more worried about how you're dealing with... Is that Grammarhead? Is it? Hey, Grammarhead! Cough up the rent or I'm booting you all out on the street and suing you for everything you have.
Come on.
Gian, quit it. He doesn't know when you're joking around like I do. Oh, come on. Let me have my fun. Don't worry, Grammarhead. We can just skip this month's rent. Provided you pay it the next month. With interest. Hey, did we run out of vegan pizza bagels? I can't find any in here. I thought you hated junk food. The situation cries out for them. Excellent movies require excellent treats. We need pizza bagels. Hang on, going to get some pizza bagels. Jinx, would you kindly request that Gian stop causing cardiac events? I'm standing in an alley behind the convention center. They won't find my body for days.
Ugh.
Gian wants to do what Gian wants to do, afraid. And Gian constantly hunkers for both rent and microwave garbage food. From the corner of my phone screen, I can see Iris sighing happily at Gian's choice in snack selection. Right now, we're having an impromptu movie party. I think they felt sorry I couldn't join you all out there, wanted to cheer me up. Right, that's why I'm calling, to see how you're doing. Well, not gonna lie, having some FOMO being left behind like this.
Well, this sucks.
Sucks, you know? Being sidelined by my damn knees. Again. Couldn't be there for you at Hans's tournament either, despite trying. Maybe I could have come out there. Maybe I should have tried. Rent a scooter, endure the strain, just made an effort. Instead, went with my gut and said, no, no way, no how. Didn't want to try, just wanted to stay nice and comfy at home. Now I'm not there in your hour of need. First of all, you are here. I mean, not physically, but we can still talk, right? That's something. And second of all, you know, doctor's orders. I mean, I don't know if it was specifically on doctor's order. It probably wasn't. But, like, not straining yourself, not pushing yourself too much is good for, like, healing.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Bringing you down on a day when you're already down, aren't I? Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine. Everything's gonna... Don't worry about me. We made the right call. This place is overwhelmingly huge. Anything I can do to help with that FOMO? Do you mean to pick something up while I'm max? Oh, yes! Let's get her a gift! Let's get her a gift! You're only missing out if there's something here you really wanted to do. And from what I've seen, it's all playing games or shopping. Anything I can grab for you while I'm here? I don't mind being your pack mule, if so. Good point. Fast Cars 6 soundtrack. I thought we don't talk about Fast Cars 6. We don't. Except how it had a really amazing K-pop to drift to. But the game's been buried in the deepest hole of the earth and covered with dirt and then salted so nothing can grow, which makes finding the soundtrack tough. If you can find me a used copy of the soundtrack on vinyl, then I'm not supporting Fast Cars 6, but I still get to enjoy the tracks, yeah? Okay, seriously, what the hell is up with Game 6 anyway? Cancelled. Specifically, the game's director got cancelled for a damn good reason I don't want to go into right now. Bad stuff. The Fast Cars community turned their back on the game after that, and patiently waited for a follow-up made by someone else. Maybe it's unethical to enjoy any part of Fast Cars 6 after what he did, but the musicians weren't to blame. And I'm not hardline enough to go completely cold turkey.
Good.
So, find me a copy of the soundtrack and we're set. Sound good? I'll see if I can find it, but if it's that rare, no promises. Understood. There's no more pizza bagels downstairs. How can we have a year family movie party without pizza bagels? If the corner bodega is somehow also out of pizza bagels, heads will roll and blood will spill.
Hell no.
Shion, we don't need pizza on a bagel. Just go get a regular-ass pizza from Ben and Matt. Traditions are meant to be upheld. I will not break with the secret snacking rites. I would sooner embrace death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to procure some delicious, round, bready delights. Toodles! Starting to wonder if massive knee pain would be better on this day of mandatory... Starting to wonder if massive knee pain would be better than this day of mandatory fun. If Chian insists on watching Mall Cops again just for their bad movie podcast, So, in happier news, what's the plan to get back at at Play to Win for trying to kill us? Is that vendetta you thirst for? I didn't think you were into petty revenge. Pick and choose my spots, yeah? Sometimes I shrug it off. Sometimes I come down on someone like the fist of an angry god. It's all about keeping you cool so you're ready for the times you gotta go ballistic on someone. It's now that time then? Should I be worried? Nah, more interested in what you have to say. Saving the game. It's simple, really. It's simple, really. Here's what we do. Living well is the best revenge. I think that's a good one to go for. They say living well is the best revenge. I plan to live very well indeed. I'd say revenge is the best revenge myself. But hey, I get it. Know when to play it cool, know when to go hard. Can respect you choosing your spots. All we need to do is show Valkyrie up. All we need to do to show Valkyrie up is win the Pro Tour. She feels entitled to that championship, like it's already hers. We show her she's wrong, and that's that. Got it. You can count on me to do a revenge. There's a quick silence on the phone before I hear her voice again. You know, I'm glad you called. Oh, why's that? No big reason. Just glad to hear from you. One of the other reasons I've got FOMO is because I wanted to hang out with you more, and whoops, off you go to Max. Like hanging around HQ with you and just relaxing, you know? Get that we're busy prepping for the Pro Tour, but any moment I can have to relax is welcome. Ah, thanks, Jinx. I'll try to squeeze in more time with you once we're back, maybe?
Good.
Sounds like a plan. Before I can say anything else, I hear a door slam and a squeal. Pizza bagels obtained! Now, who's up for more cups to the shoppening? That's my cue to go, I think.
See you later.
Later. good to check in with everyone on the team when I can, even those who can't be with us today. And it's good to hear Jinx likes spending time with me. I wouldn't mind doing the same. Spending time with her, I mean, not with myself. Time to move on. With my phone call done, I head back indoors to resume traversing the landscape of Max. But before I can continue my journey into the depths of Max, I'm rather rudely interrupted. You! What is your... this guy. What is your problem? Why are you doing this? Well, eventually originally I tried to him like, what is your problem? Why are you doing this? It's Coda, formerly of Team Play to Win, still wearing his Play to Win jacket, even though it's dirtier and has holes in it. Dude looks incredibly agitated, scared, and angry. Leave me the hell alone! Isn't it enough you already destroyed my career? You want to ruin my whole damn life too? What? He advances on me, trembling and losing his nerves with every word he speaks. It's you, isn't it? You and your damn iris, my bank accounts, all that junk mail, the things you sent my mother. But Coda, what are you going on about? I haven't done anything. Of course you have, you... if it's not you, then... Of course. Her. She's doing this. Well, I won't let you ruin me. You hear me? I won't let you do this, damn it! Damn it! Coda, what are you even talking about? Alas, he ignores me and runs right back into the crowd, plowing into two cosplayers as he loses himself in the chaos of Max. Talking about Valkyrie, I assume? Well, I honestly have no idea what to make of that. What the heck was he talking about? She was ruining his life? Did he mean Valkyrie? That's a safe bet. Is she carrying a grudge? But before I can ponder it further, I'm interrupted again, this time by happier familiar faces.
Hail, friend!
Hail, Grammarhead! We bring good tidings. The possibility of good tidings, at any rate. Even a possibility would be welcome. It's been a weird day. You do appear to be a little shaken up. Everything okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm more interested in your tidings. Tell me of your tidings. Very well. We have a strong contender for our future sponsor. My fair Marion struck up a conversation with another Iris and... Hold up. You named your Iris maid Marion? Seriously, my dude? It's a bit embarrassing, but my lovely Iris has decided she actually quite enjoys my, shall we say, aesthetic, and chose that moniker of her own free will. Luxley's phone chimes in as a pink glowing figure in a beautiful medieval dress curtsies towards us. Forsooth, 'tis mine honour to assist thine friends of Milord Loxley in all his battles with powerful database indexing toolset. Huzzah! So... right. To refocus, we may have an inroad with a powerful sponsor, and a powerful opportunity. I still need to have a few more conversations and smooth some things over.
Nice.
But either way, we'll have the results by the end of the day. That's all great and everything, but I think I have one small question. Whom exactly are you chatting with?
Nah.
Spoilers. I feel that as your quote-unquote manager, I should get at least a hint, you know? Seriously though, I wouldn't want to get your hopes up, in case this falls through. It's already been a rough day for you. No need to make it rougher by promising you the moon and the stars, then delivering nothing. I guess I can see that, but I don't know. Being left in suspense is pretty awful too. Very well. This calls for a distraction. Max is filled with those, thankfully. How are you taking to it all? You did seem a tad overwhelmed this morning. I'm adjusting. Everyone seems to be having fun. Everyone seems to be having fun too, which helps. I propose we keep the good times rolling. Perhaps if you like, you can accompany me to lunch and perhaps accompany me as I obtain a certain arcade relic? A subtle glance from him confirms my suspicion that this isn't related to the creepy brain-bending game Polybius. He didn't want me getting involved, but I suppose I'm involved enough to the point where he'd rather include me than shut me out. Lunch is... vibrating. Oh, hold that thought. My pants are vibrating. Rhapsody takes out their phone and quickly scrolls through what seems to be a long chat thread. What I was going to say was lunch is always a welcome and delicious idea. However, I just found out that I need to make my way back to the stage for the Pizza Yums Invitational. I'm casting the first match. You mean the match we were supposed to be playing in?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. But now it's play to win against some other small team. And there is one other caveat. I'm not sure I need another surprise added onto this whole ordeal. They need a second caster too. I could do it with some rando, or Grammarhead could be my color commentator. I could announce play to win's match, or you could go have lunch, with Loxley. The twain are tantalizing choices for fun and distraction, whatever you decide. And information. Both are interesting options for gathering intel. One on play to win, the other Polybius. Either way I'll learn something. Interesting. I think I'll talk to Ancient Arcade Games match casting. I think match casting sounds more fun. I want Loxley to be safe. No, I want to know the Polybius lore. Let's do that. Loxley, you and I, let's walk and talk, maybe get some lunch? If you have a chance to pick me up something, I'd appreciate it. I'll be trapped at the stage for the rest of the day.
Later.
Have fun. I'll see you both later.
You have my thanks.
Thank you for accompanying me. Always helps to have a second when dealing with unsavory types. Unsavory? As in, this person would taste bad if boiled with broth and cilantro, or as in criminal elements, I'm afraid. You recall our discussion about Polybius, that cursed arcade game, and my efforts to collect a working specimen of the technology? Kinda hard to forget. I still wake up now and then with headaches thanks to that damn game. Concerning. But our concern today is a dealer in bootleg arcade PCBs. That's printed circuit boards, the slabs of green plastic and chips that make games what they are. The lead is promising. He's offering what he claims is a genuine Polybius PCB in exchange for, let's say, a sum of money without specifying the actual amount. Heck of a thing to spend your team's salary on, considering our sponsorship woes. This particular endeavor is being funded by my silent partners, actually. Who are, as noted, it's best if you don't know. But rest assured, in all other matters, my loyalty is to the Magnificent Seven, which is partly why I wanted your assistance today. You refuse to look away from the truth of Polybius, and I can respect that. I owe you as much disclosure as possible. So, I aim to bind myself to you tightly in that conspiracy, so that we may have as few secrets between us as possible. You deserve a peek behind the curtain. Okay, but let's clarify a few points. Are we headed towards guns and knives gang throwdowns here? Certainly not. I'd be rather surprised if that were the case. No. Today we simply deal with grey market arcade part resellers. Their crimes are strictly white collar. But it's never wise to arrive at such a meeting alone. Since one of my silent partners missed their flight to this coast, well, you turn to me. Precisely. So, are you game? I'm pretty deep on this stuff, aren't I? On one hand, I'm manager of a rising FID2 team. On the other, I'm dealing with Loxley's weird mysteries. But I can't deny the times I've woken with that burning pixelated smile in my head. The Polybius incident isn't going away. Turn to face the storm, I say. If I wasn't ready to do that, I wouldn't have accepted Loxley's offer today. Okay, but I'm running if they pull like a big-ass katana on us. And I'll be right behind you, believe me. I want nothing to do with violence. Shall we? Loxley leads us out of the convention center, around the corner, and into an alley, conveniently out of sight of the tourists and gamers alike. Before I can ask how long it'll take for Loxley's mysterious contact to arrive, the shady character in question makes his presence felt. Rather than some dangerous-looking underworld figure, it's just some guy, not particularly impressive. But that stands to reason. If you're a bootlicker... A bootlicker? Excuse me? If you're a bootleg arcade dealer, you probably don't want to make much of an impression. Avoids being picked up out of the lineup easier. Loxley nods to him, a simple acknowledgement, as the dealer glances left and right. Don't like doing this open. What? Hold on. Don't like doing this out in the open, Clyde. It's Loxley, actually. We talked online, yes? So, your partner here, that's Clyde? I was expecting Clyde.
Most unfortunate.
What did he just say? No Stunforge nuts or something? I didn't actually hear what he said. But that was the new line. And also, Clyde is a character from the first game. Alas, Clyde missed their flight. So you'll be dealing with me and a trusted associate who will not be named. Is this going to be a problem? I can leave if it's a problem. I don't think I can fake my way through this, acting all tough and gruff. Not really in my wheelhouse. Fine, whatever. Let's get on with this. You got the money? As Loxley flashes an amount of cash rubber banded together that could probably purchase a mid-size SUV outright. As promised, my compatriots keep to their word. The dealer takes the wad, counting it quickly, before reaching into a Max shopping tote, pulling out a silvery anti-static bag. Inside is a pile of 1980X silicon stuck to a green circuit board. One Polybius prototype, recovered from the Portland incident. Had to go out on a limb for this one, Loxley.
You have my thanks.
More than worth the price. You have our thanks. Wait a second. This is way too easy. And something about that board isn't sitting right with me. If this is from some crusty old 1980X game, shouldn't the board look a little readier than that? It's fake. Excuse me? Did we ask for your opinion? That processor is a PowerPC chip. It's an early one, but it's definitely a PowerPC RISC chip, which wasn't released until 1990X, years after the supposed release of Polybius. An astute observation indeed. Well, have you any explanation for this discrepancy? Maybe it's a later revision. I mean, that happens. You've got like 8 different versions of Street Fighter in my stocks.
An
I've got
unsound notion, I'm afraid.
Incorrect. There are no revisions to the Polybius chipset. Only the initial wave of prototypes, lost in shipment cross-country.
Unacceptable!
I believe my friend here has the right of it. You, good sir, are a swindler and a thief. You got it all wrong. Look, I was told it's legitimate. Really, I'm not trying to sell you a fake. And yet, in the end, the result is the same. Intention is irrelevant. Results matter. And the result is a false Polybius. I believe I will be taking my money back, and you may have your counterfeit. Hey, you gave me the money. The deal's over. I'm just gonna... I'll see myself out, okay? You didn't know you were selling us out a fake? How can we wideband this guy's browser history to the whole world? That's... Man, that's pretty bold. Alright, let's do it. It'll get us results. Loxley, your fair-maid Marians are fully capable Iris, yes? Meaning you have a super hacker in your pocket ready to obey your every command? That would be the case, yes. Meaning we could dig up this guy's browser history and release it for all the world to see, right? That would be the case, yes. Hey now. Look, an honest mistake, okay? I'll take my board back, you take your money, everything's cool. We're cool. We're cool? Please? Glad we could come to terms. You may go now, after returning my bankroll, if you please. And the dealer practically hurls the money at Loxley before scattering to the winds.
A bit stickier of a situation than I'd planned, I'm afraid. Now I must return to my allies empty-handed. They shan't be pleased.
They're not gonna, like, flog you for this or anything, right?
Oh, heavens no. No matter the boogeyman you have envisioned in your mind, my allies, honestly, are on the side of the light. I swear it to be so. They'll be disappointed as well, but we'll recover. We'll resume the search for a Polybius. This is a long-term project. But we have you to thank for preventing a great loss on this day. You have my thanks in particular.
Hey, you're a teammate and a friend. Glad I could help keep you out of trouble. So, are you ready to tell me more about this Polybius mess? Considering I'm already buried neck deep in it?
Not yet. But honestly, today's adventure was productive in that regard. I'm making the case to my allies that you should be brought on board. Your assistance today will go a long way to proving your trustworthiness. That is assuming you truly want to go deeper. Rather than turn away from this path, I would still counsel against it. This is a risk you need not undertake.
Don't think I can really ignore what's going on. Not anymore. He's told me too much to back out now. I'm in. If only so I can understand what the hell happened to me back at Hans's tournament.
Know thyself. A fine goal.
Sorry, just checking something real quick. Well, glad that's sorted out. Even if the results aren't quite what I hoped for. In gratitude for your assistance today, can I grant you the boon of a hot meal? There's actually some lovely food trucks parked nearby. Shady back alley deals make me hungry. I'm down for chow. The two of us depart the alley to visit a number of food trucks that are parked on the street nearby.
Trust me, this is the best way to sample this fine city's cuisine. It's either this or the overpriced food court slop, yes?
Not that the food trucks are particularly cheaper, but the chow does smell delightful in comparison to the compressed grease and pig parts on offer inside. With food acquired, including extra takeout for Rhapsody, we lean against the side of the building and chow down in the cool, refreshing air. I think I'm done dealing with wild conspiracies for the day, and pushing Loxley harder and harder on that front might push him away. You know, I'm glad you're still interested in the championship, given your mysterious extracurricular activities.
Absolutely. No matter what else I may be, I'm a gamer at heart. And even if, technically, I should be keeping a low profile, well, the spotlight beckons. You know I love showing up the injustices of the arcade industry, yes? Well, the injustices of the esports scene are likewise ripe for the picking. Take today's backstabbing by P2W, for example. If you ever want to know why people are bastards to each other, well, follow the money, I say.
You think Valkyrie bribed Pizza Yums or something?
Not with money, no. But favor? Absolutely. The main rule of capitalism is that the big fish eats the little fish. But if that's too obvious a play, the big fish need only deprive the little fish of nourishment, preventing the little fish from growing strong enough to ever truly challenge the bigger fish.
True. She claimed that she was doing it to teach us valuable life lessons, but I doubt that. What's the answer then? Regulations on esports business? At the time, Valkyrie claimed she was doing this to protect us from our own mistakes. It almost seemed motherly. But now, yeah, I'm thinking your theory holds water. She doesn't just want a rival to she just doesn't want a rival to rise to her level. And will that stop us? Definitely not.
Justice prevails.
Excellent. Let your heart be your compass, and it will forever point you to true north. With the last of our lunch consumed, Loxley stretches out, getting ready to merge back into the crowds of Max. Well, you've the afternoon ahead of you to enjoy this impromptu vacation, and Marion and I have work to do to secure the new sponsor. We'll check in with you later once we have some results. But be ready to go at the drop of the hat. Be ready to go at the drop of the hat, though. This may move quickly if all goes as hoped. Move where? Go where? Towards our destiny. That is both inspiring and profoundly unhelpful. He departs with a chuckle, choosing to leave it at that. I think I'm going to take a break real quick. I also think I'll be wrapping up stream a lot earlier than I said I would on Twitter. I said I'd be on for 5 hours. It's been half of that, and I'm ready to... I think I'm just about ready to call it. I don't know how long the rest of this chapter is going to be, but I kind of want to... I kind of want to finish this chapter if possible, but I'm worried we're only like halfway through it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I'll be, you know, more energized after a break. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Be right back. My cat wouldn't get out of my room. Yeah, I think we're near the end of this chapter. Hopefully only like one scene left to go. I'll wrap up the stream around 6, actually. Yeah, let's do that. And you know what? Sorry, what was that bit of dialogue that I almost missed? We have to be near the end of the chapter, right? Because we got the invitation to Max. We showed up at Max. We found out our sponsor dropped us. Then we went and played out 3 different scenarios. I said we talked to Jinx on the phone. We talked to Zappa. We talked to Domino and Grace, and then we went on a little adventure with Loxley. So surely, whatever comes next must be the end of the chapter, I hope. With Loxley's business concluded, I'm cut adrift again to wander the floors of Max. And you know what? I think I'm getting used to the chaos. I'm getting used to the crowds. Dare I say it? I'm kinda having fun. I should probably be more worried about losing our sponsor and being booted from the tournament. We're doing okay, but the more Pro Tour points we get, the better. Still, I'm not feeling stressed. Dare I say I feel kinda uplifted, surrounded by so many arcade fans. In the here and now, there's Max. There's fun to be had, and darn it, I should have some fun.
Beep beep.
Curious, I pull my phone out of my pocket, ready to be greeted by a smiling Iris.
I've been analyzing your conversational tone and heart rate ever since this morning. Aside from a brief spike of stress early on, you're doing well. I'm glad our efforts are paying off.
Yeah, we'll be back on track with the Pro Tour in no time. Let's buy Jinx that gift, please.
No. I mean our efforts at helping you with your mental health issues.
My what? If you mean my desire to win, maybe you get too fixated, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it a mental health issue.
Call it what you like, but know that I think you're in a much healthier place now. You and the rest of your team. Think about it. You're all here, pulling for a common cause, but also relaxing and enjoying time spent with friends. You're in a better place. And trust me, so are they. In fact, I'd say the real victory was...
Please don't say the friends we made along the way.
No matter what label you give it, the fact that you've all bonded over your woes and joys, your troubles and triumphs, it says a lot, you know?
I guess. It hasn't been that long, but I already feel close to everyone in the Magnificent Seven.
Anyone in particular strike your fancy?
We already had this conversation. What fancy and how is it being struck?
Don't forget, when we first started on this path together, I said that you might even find romance. They're your friends, yes, but they love and care about you. Even if some wouldn't use those exact words. For some, perhaps that goes a little further than you might think. And don't deny you were interested in finding someone to love from the start. You told me as much, remember? Now, don't feel obliged to make a move yet. I'm still calculating your relationship data and emotional analytics. I can advise you as to the right time. Just something to think about, okay?
That'll be lying, but... I'll say that. It's funny you should bring it up, actually. It's funny you should bring this up, actually. Now that I think about it, there is someone who I'd love to spend more time with. Ooh, who? You have to ask? You're the emotional interpreter. Surely you can figure it out. But I wanted spoilers. Come on, please. No spoilers, sorry. Nah, not going to spoil it. You'll find out when you find out. Boo. but okay. It's up to you how much data you want to give me. Thanks. I'll do everything I can to help you in your love life. Just say the word. Anyway, you've got the rest of the afternoon to spend with your friends. How about I open up your map and point out where they are now? Sure, show me what you got. Now performing location search. Beep beep. Ding! Here you are. Oh, so there's another whole thing. Okay. Zappa's on the phone with Jinx. Grace is happily playing every indie game she can find. I'm a rival. Domino. I think I want to do. I think I want to talk to these three. Well, these four. So starting with Zappa and Jinx. Hello? Can you hear me? Your voice went all robot-y for a second. It's like there's more radio signals in this building than actual oxygen. I said that if you get me a... see if you can... what? Repeat that last bit?
Are you kidding me?
Damn it. I swear to God, I am spiking this phone straight into the floor if I get one more dropped call.
Huh?
Gah! How long were you standing there? Long enough to wonder if you're going to straight up smash your phone or not. I phoned Jinx earlier today. You'll get a better signal outside the building. What, and expose myself to the concentrated carbon emissions of a dozen food trucks? Hell no.
Well, this sucks.
This monkey wrenches my plans. I mean, I could improvise, but I'm just not sure what to do for Jinx. Clarification, please? I'm trying to get a little gift for everyone on the team. Something personal, you know? Something I know they'll like. I got Domino a little vinyl pop figure of a sad anime boy, Loxley got a foam pixel sword, and I found a really good broadcast set for Rhapsody on discount. I found a pretty sweet Euro board game for Grace, like one of those ones where you play as workers and trade wheat for sheep and crap. But I'm not sure what to get for Jinx. I have a hard time reading her, you know? She's normally so quiet. Okay, let's work through this. What are your options? Well, I've got three. There's a plastic steering wheel controller for Grace's retro consoles, a used copy of the Fast Car 6 soundtrack on vinyl, and, I don't know, like a Max hoodie? But she doesn't really wear hoodies, the controller's kinda junky, and as for Fast Car 6, I heard the guy who made it did inappropriate things with a badger or something. Help me out here, okay? What do you think she'd like the most? I talked to Jinx earlier and she really wants that Fast Car 6 record. Alright, I'll help you. I was gonna pick it out, but okay. Actually, when I was talking to Jinx earlier, she mentioned she wanted the soundtrack. Even if the game's shunned, the music isn't. I'd say you should get that for her as a gift. She'd love it. Hell yeah! Always nice to get something I know a person really wants. Let's buy it. With gift selection made, we step in line to very gradually approach the makeshift booth's cash register. Given the amount of people in line ahead of us clutching soon-to-be-purchased node totems, it's going to take a while. Hey, wait. You mentioned gifts for everyone except me. Oh, right. And she pulls a small plush FOT dolly from her backpack and presses it into my hands. Here you go. You're a Tomikaze main, yeah? Stick this next to your pillow so you can feel cozy. So you can cozy on up to generic make every protagonist tonight. As for me, tonight I've got plans. Plans? What manner of plans, may I ask? Duh, it's Max. This is the party capital of the nerd world. Game publisher parties with game-themed cocktails, broom parties which result in furniture tossed out the window into the pool, or even just hanging out in the hotel bar. Man, if you can't have fun at Max, you're not even trying, or are possibly dead. I thought this was an industry trade event, not a party. I mean, I haven't seen any partying yet. You've been sticking to the expo floor. You gotta know people who can get you into the good stuff, and that only happens off-site and at night. Concerts by gamer-themed bands, augmented reality mobile game pub crawls to catch pocket monsters. All sorts of great stuff is out there.
Awesome sauce.
Max is just the starting point, the rally marker everybody flocks around. The real hotness is the community around Max. And they know how to party! If you want to be a normie shut-in and just stay at the hotel all night getting a healthy sleep, that's your biz. But I'm planning to hit the town. Unless you want to tag along? I don't party very hard, but if you need a designated driver, come along. I'll pass, thanks. I may need to be working. The sponsor situation tonight. I mean, I want to yeah, I'll pass. Thanks for the offer, but I should really pass. If things don't work out today, I may need to spend the evening working with Iris on the sponsor problem.
Meh.
Isn't that what Rhapsody and Loxley are for? Make 'em earn their keep. But hey, if partying isn't for you, that's cool. More partying for me. But all of that can wait. Still a few more hours of Max left before we close out for the day. Right? I'm gonna wrap up my shopping, dump all my crap back at the hotel, get some dinner, and then lock and load for party times. Have fun. I'll be back at the hotel. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And by that I mean, don't rent a bunch of overpriced pay-per-view movies. Just stream that stuff for free. Later. Slinging her bag of swag over one shoulder, Zappa turns heel and marches back to the fray of Max. Now, where to next? Do we call it there? No, we've got a little bit of time. Let's talk to Grace. If there's one place I'm definitely going to find Grace, it's the indie section. Indie Max, previously known as IMAX before they got sued, occupies a large section of the show floor. Not as flashy as the Palace, not as popular, but visually quite distinct. I spot Grace playing some currently untitled goose game, navigating an irritating waterfowl around with a joystick. So, is this game for the birds? Eh? Huh? It's a pun. Because birds? In a game? Oh, I see. That's very clever. But hey, check this out. After her game ends, Grace steps away, and the arcade game doesn't simply go into its looping demonstration mode. Instead, a menu pops open with a dozen different arcade titles on offer, each playable for a mere quarter. Even the marquee art across the top shifts and blurs. It's not a painted, backlit sign, it's an animated LCD screen, which changes based on the game being played.
Wow!
Nice, huh? It's called an indie cab. It's a multi-game that even changes the cabinet's art based on what you're playing. If you roll one of these out at an arcade to buy up a bunch of indie games for it, you can play anything you like. So, multicades aren't anything new. Domino plays on one all the time, and Jinx hacked Fast Cars 7 to be a racing multicade. Right, but those are hacks. This one's a platform. Games are distributed digitally and legally. The whole thing is powered by a generic PC inside the cabinet. The indie devs get paid for their hard work. They don't even have to manufacture a bunch of expensive, one-off single-game cabinets to get their game out there.
That's wonderful.
IndieCab is going to revolutionize indie arcade games. No more limited edition runs of games because they can't afford to make a bunch of copies. You could replace an entire arcade with one single machine. It's... that... we can talk about the Wanderlust Trail, but also, like, I think you're describing a games console, I'll be honest. Do you think your RPG could work on one of these? I know you made it for handheld game consoles, but could be a good way to get it out there in front of people, yeah? And instantly, Grace's excitable cheer falls flat. I guess, maybe. When it's finished, maybe. Something wrong? Well, I haven't really been working on the Wanderlust Trail lately. I didn't even bring my game with me to the expo floor to show it off to anyone. Why? You're proud of your work, right? Absolutely. Even if, there's a bit of an ongoing problem with it. I've kind of been developing my game for the last 5 years, not including restarting from scratch twice. And I'm not sure when or if I'll ever be done. Ah, so it's in development hell, as it were? It's more that I can't settle on one approach. Is it a hopeful game about fighting for the future? A peaceful game about a quiet life? Just a nostalgic RPG throwback? I don't know.
Aww.
Maybe it's for the best I'm way more discomfort on sorry. Maybe it's for the best I'm way more focused on Fist of Discomfort 2 right now. It's not like Wanderlust Trail was going anywhere. It makes sense, but it's not like we're in terrible shape for the Pro Tour. We can afford some time off for things we love, right? Grace, I don't want you to feel like my dreams of glory are more important than your dreams as a game designer. No, it's not that. It's just, I guess, I'm worried I'm turning into some aimless amateur, endlessly tinkering away at a going nowhere project. I want the Wanderlust Trail to be something special, something of meaning and worth which can help light the path for others. Maybe I'm not decisive enough, not strong enough to really create something with that kind of weight. I don't know. Without a clear direction, I'm too creatively blocked right now to proceed. But that leaves me with more time to practice my FOD2 skills, right? Which helps my friends. I like supporting my friends. So, that's good, right? Collaborate and brainstorm. What if we... Schedule your time. That one. Maybe the problem is working in a vacuum, you know? The risk of being a single vision auteur is having nobody to collaborate with. I'd be happy to volunteer my services as a creative sounding board, and don't feel obligated to run with my weird ideas, just talking through your problems could help. I already talked with Jinx about my game, but I guess more couldn't hurt? I appreciate the offer, Grammarhead, and when the time's right, I might take you up on it. But for now, I think focusing away from game dev would be good. Okay. I've been getting some interesting ideas after seeing all these great indies at Max. I want to write some down for when I'm ready to get back to work. See? Ideas can come from anywhere. I'm sure you'll get past your creative block eventually. Right. It'll be fine in the long run. I just need to accept things are a bit much right now. And that's okay. For now, let's focus on FOD2. I know we got, booted out of today's tournament, but there are plenty more tournaments to come. More qualification points to earn.
Woohoo!
I'm ready, willing, and able to fight for my friends. You can count on me. Never had a doubt about that. You value your friends dearly. Absolutely, but, even beyond my friends, you're important to me too. In a lot of ways. Really? Really? Life's sure been different since you showed up. In a good way. I can honestly say these are the best days of my life, and you've been the catalyst for much of that. Thank you, Grace. Means a lot to me. It's worth saying, you know? Not enough people are open and honest about those they care about. Okay. I should finish checking out all these cool indies before the show floor closes.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks for your words of encouragement, Grammarhead. You're the best. Always nice to hear help cheer someone up deserving of cheer. Okay, I'm freshly invigorated. Who do I want to talk to next? I want to call it here? Or do I want to just take a break? I think I'm going to call it here, honestly. Yeah, I think that's enough for stream today. You know, 3 hours is nothing to scoff at. Really, any amount of time is fine. I'm not under any obligation to stream for any amount of time. If I want to call it, I can just call it. I'll just delete that tweet that said I'd be streaming for 5 hours. Yeah, I'll, I guess, we would have gotten a prize for beating that previous level, yeah? Ooh, cool looking concept art of these two. Jinx looks, you know, pretty close to her concept art. Or her concept art looks pretty close to what she ended up being. Grace had an outfit change, for sure. But even that outfit's cute, but I think the one they went with was even better. Whereas they definitely improved Zappa's outfit, I think. I think the red suits are way better. Anyway, thanks for joining the stream, and that'll be it for today. I will be streaming maybe the day after tomorrow, I'm thinking. Yeah, I might want a quick break from Arcade Spirits before jumping back into it. Yeah, just a 1 day break from stream, and then I'll be back on Saturday. I'll have that stream all scheduled by tomorrow. And yeah, until then, I wish you the best, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Just a second, I need to load up the music. Yeah, thank you again for watching, and goodbye.